Secret of the Mimic releases soon, so today I've gathered my guests, including Gibi's Horror Homestead, to go over everything related to the Mimic. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the 4th episode of The Dreading Hour. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Dreading Hour. Today we are covering everything Mimic, and we have our guest Gibi today, special guest.
Hello everyone, I'm the special guest. Thank you for having me on.
I also have 2 guests, but they're regular guests by this point, so.
Just regular guests.
Sure, yeah, we're just normal.
You guys don't get the
It's
special.
The duo.
You don't get the special title. Alright, so essentially the plan for today is to go over everything Mimic related in anticipation for the new game, and obviously we're going to solve it before it even comes out. We know his secret. Okay. So,
We figured out the secret well in advance.
I know Gibi hasn't read, like, all the Tales stories, so we'll get to that later. For now, I think we'll just cover... We'll start with the games. So, in Help Wanted, would we agree that that thing, the glitchtrap, is at least partially the Mimic? I think we would agree.
I agree with
think
that,
it's
yes.
probably the Mimic,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think it's more like it's a sectioned off portion of the Mimic, or like the Mimic as
Yeah.
Glitchtrap is like, oh, I'm going to mimic William Afton, and so that's his little personality over there.
Yeah, it's like a Mimic branch. That's how I like to see it.
Yep.
It's a branch of the same code.
It's not the same, if you could even call it this, it's not the same consciousness as the one in the basement.
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
But same,
I thought this
like,
was a controversial opinion because I had brought up a similar idea in the stream a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh wait, no, I'm definitely off on this because I feel like my more well-versed stuff is in the older games, but I was like, oh yeah, the Mimic has to be Afton or has to be Glitchtrap in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I think whether it's I don't know if they're still connected is the only thing, is if they communicate with each other or know about each other is my weird thing with it.
Well, Glitchtrap didn't really get to do much. He kind of showed up in Help Wanted and then got squished in Help Wanted 2, and then the developer literally
but he's
confirmed that he's dead. So
But he's the overarching antagonist of Security Breach, so he has a role that was meant to be bigger, but because Security Breach is Security Breach, he didn't get as much
yeah.
of the spotlight.
Well, he
Still
was the
very
thing
important,
messing
very
with
important.
Vanny's mind.
Everything. With everything.
Well, let's like ignore for a second that it's kind of impossible to tell what was even intended in Security Breach, but from all of our perspectives and opinions, do we think that Glitchtrap was controlling Vanny to like go in the basement and free the Mimic, free Burntrap if he even is real? Like, do we think that there's supposed to be a plan there? Because it kind of feels like to me the pieces that Scott was trying to build was like, the Glitchtrap is the Mimic mimicking Afton, controlled Vanny to go down there and do question mark.
Yeah, I
that's-
feel like Mimic would control Vanessa. too.
I'm assuming it's trying to set itself free.
What a weird sentence.
Which would mean that, the Mimic robot body that chases Cassie is in contact with Glitchtrap, the VR thing.
I guess, yeah.
That's true, yeah, like all
Yeah.
one network.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I suppose this'll come up when the Secret of the Mimic game comes out, because we'll find out exactly when this branch happened, or I assume we will. I'll assume we'll find out when the Mimic got put into that basement, because if it's before any of the stuff that Afton does, it'll be harder to argue that the Mimic in the basement is the Mimic that's Glitchtrap, because if that's the case, then it's mimicking something that it wouldn't have known about when it went into the basement, and then it's sort of, unless it branched off and then became Glitchtrap way later, but is still aware of where it is in reality, if we want to call it that, like its physical form is in the basement.
Yeah, but like what's the order of this? So does Gregory go down, so does Vanessa go down there, let the Mimic out, which then dresses up as William Afton, but then Gregory beats it and then they seal it back where it was before Vanessa let it out? What's the order of events here? Because in Ruin, it's
Well,
sealed.
We have a quote from Glamrock Freddy when he goes down there for the first time. He says something like he's been there before, something like that, right?
Yeah, she brought me here.
I cleared the path or something.
Yeah. So we can assume that if the Mimic's been down there since, it would have to be after FNaF 6, right? After FNaF 6, but before the pizzaplex is built. That's what it is in the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
So
book,
then
it's still
sometime-
down there. Like, it's down there,
Yeah, I
and
just
a bunch
mean
of, like, teenagers get murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pre
Yeah, but it's brought there.
brought there.
By
but
who?
they
No,
really know who it
don't
is,
the
right?
construction workers seal it?
So basically what happens is while they're building the pizzaplex, they've got this like basement under the pizzaplex, which is where like the pizzaplex, like something above the pizza, not the pizzaplex, the FNaF 6 location.
Yeah.
So it's like right above or around where the FNaF 6 location is. And they have this truck and it brings a bunch of like animatronic pieces. It leaves them there. And one of them is like this burnt, like it's like a glossy chrome endoskeleton with a burnt blackened head. And then one of the like engineers.
Oh, we'll get
reprograms
to this later. We'll get to
programs
this
it
later.
And gives it to Mimic. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what happens. That's how it gets.
But
to the
yeah,
basement
it
details.
gets to the pizzaplex basement, and eventually they seal it there. I'm just wondering how, like, those events play out. Because are we saying, is it that the burn trap ending and Princess Quest happens, or only Princess Quest happens?
Wait, hang on. Did we start the podcast?
Yeah.
Or are we just talking? Oh. What the hell? You started without me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
The fuck?
Okay, fashionably late.
Hey, I said I'd be here on time, and then you guys started early.
That's
not
true.
on me.
Well, that's because these
Sorry,
guys have
my
whack
bad.
time zones. So I'm
Yeah, well,
accommodating.
that's
Yeah.
their fault, I suppose.
So Wither doesn't
Alright.
have to
Me
join
and
the
Wither
1 a.m.
comes in.
podcast again.
The 5 a.m. Like I finish at 5 a.m. I'm like, bye. I fell
Okay,
asleep
so
like
what
immediately.
are we on right now?
Right now we're on a
We're on,
security
like,
breach.
Mimic.
We're on what even happens. What actually happens in security breach with the Mimic? Like,
The relationship with glitchtrap and the Mimic as well. So I think if Vanny went down there, let's say hypothetically that the glitchtrap ending is like a weird interpretation of what actually happened. And
You mean
it
Burn Trap?
involved the real Mimic? Sorry, yeah, sorry, Burn Trap and the real Mimic, quote unquote, that Gregory was like dreaming up with his drawings or whatever, and the tangle was there, but it was actually the Mimic endoskeleton. If we just say that they've retconned the Burn Trap ending, we still have to realize that Vanny has to be controlled by glitchtrap before that happens to like set all that in motion to like go down to the basement.
yes,
So
of course.
regardless, the one
Well, she
down
was
in the
controlled by
basement,
glitchtrap no matter what, because that's
Yeah,
what
but this
Princess
is-
Quest does.
yeah, but this is what I mean is we're trying to figure out like when the branch is or what the branch is between glitchtrap and the Mimic. So glitchtrap has to be created completely separately from the one sealed in the basement, whether or not that's recently or like back in the 70s or 80s.
I'm assuming the one in the basement can see into the other versions of itself. Like, I'm guessing it gets sealed
got
down
wireless.
there, so then it astral projects into the VR game and is like, minions, save me. You there, girl, be my minion, come save me. So then it does that so Vanny becomes its servant. And then
It is said at one point, right, in the books that the mimics all exist on like one network. Am I correct in saying that?
Oh,
Dude, I haven't
How
read
many
those in,
mimics
like, 6
actually
months.
Are there? Here's my here's my question. How many mimics actually are there now?
millions, dude. It's
Because-
everywhere. It's the
Yeah,
whole
'cause
pizzaplex
there
runs
has
on
to
it.
be millions.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. 'cause
So that's what the storytelling was, right? Like that's what that point
we
is.
are going to fact check this. Give me a second.
I'm pretty sure-
Yeah, don't they make it like the AI that runs everything, so
yes.
that the animatronics are all
Yeah.
in sync and it tells
Mhm.
stories? So like in my view of like how technology works in the real world, that would like mean that every single piece of equipment in the entire building is the Mimic. It's,
From
like,
my
infected all of them.
understanding, the one in the basement is the head honcho. Everything in the pizzaplex is essentially working for the Mimic. So in Security Breach, the reason the animatronics are actually out to get you is because the Mimic programming is influencing them. Except
Yes.
for Glamrock
Yeah.
Freddy, who's
Why?
in safe mode.
I don't think it's necessarily
Yes,
the basement Mimic,
exactly.
but sure. It's the Mimic 1 program.
But like, why is it doing that? Like, to
Great
my understanding,
question.
the mimic is So to my understanding, the purpose of the mimic is literally in the name. It's just mimicking.
This
people.
is why the
Okay.
villain
So what,
sucks.
so
Well,
what
I mean-
did it start mimicking to make it control the entire pizzaplex and
I have an explanation.
kill people?
Incoming agony tisms.
Yeah, incoming Aspel. Let's hear
Nothing to do with agony. It's literally just, it's not mimic. It's the glitchtrap part of the mimic. So what the glitchtrap part of the mimic does is, so in the storyteller, you have the mimic shenanigans and whatever, and Mr. Burrows dies.
Yeah.
And so at this point in the story, Vanessa's already possessed by glitchtrap, and like
Who
we
is
get
the
an
mimic?
email in. Yeah, like a branch of the mimic.
Slow
whatever.
down. Why is the mimic possessing people? Like, how did it even get to that?
No, let's go backwards.
Oh,
Why is the mimic?
We're jumping ahead a little bit.
Why is the
I'll
mimic
rewind.
copying William Afton? It never saw him.
Okay. I'll rewind.
Because
I think
the
Is that what Help Wanted is? Like, is that the purpose of Help Wanted to say,
they
hey,
scanned
we
the
copied
chip from the old stuff. Exactly.
Okay, so they scanned basically.
But
So it's
William
copying the
Afton didn't
character.
possess people.
It's copying
No,
the
no,
character
no.
of William Afton. Is that it?
Yeah, it's copying the character of William
Okay.
Afton for one of several reasons. Either A, it saw the in-universe video games and copied him
Mhm.
because of that, or B, well, it's one of two options. It saw something in real life related to that. So I made a theory that said it might have seen like William Afton stuff the kids, not kill them, stuff the kids, which is why it's obsessed with costumes and stuff. But I'm not 100% on that.
Well,
Um,
here's an idea. If
Mhm.
because we're talking about the secret of the mimic. What is the secret of the mimic? And we're all confused about why it even bothered starting to look like William. in
Don't
the
say
first
it.
place and act like him. No, hang on. What if? And this was part of what was brought up the other day with the fact that it looks like a version of William which is not from any of the games. It looks like a version of William which is presumably earlier than any of the others we've seen. Because if it were mimicking just
gonna
like,
say it.
I saw FNaF 1 to 4, it's like, it looks like it would just look like Springtrap or Spring Bunny. But it looks like a felt costume version. So I assume that something in Secret of the Mimic will tell us that there's a more direct connection between Afton and the Mimic than we currently know about.
Well, then Tales
Whether it's-
Games is obliterated because they give you a very, very
Yeah.
distinct timeline of events.
Yeah.
And that thing would not have gone to fucking fredbears.
Well, see, this is the thing with the Tales games. It's like if we're getting a game set in '79, if presumably Tales games already has told us everything there is to know about the Mimic, then it would have told us about Jackie and all that kind of stuff already, and there would be no secret
That's
to
true.
tell. So I would assume that this is going to tell us something that is in nothing at all.
But then you get into the topic that the books may not be one-to-one with the games. Oh!
I don't. Yeah.
Well, okay, but if that's the case, then Tales Games is inherently bullshit.
Wait,
Well-
wait, why are you saying Tales Games is bullshit? I didn't.
I mean,
I couldn't-
no, I'm saying like if the games aren't one-to-one with the books, then isn't that what Tales Games is? So it's like if we're
No.
making changes, then what?
Well,
what the
that's
hell's
I'm not saying Tales games is true. I'm not arguing
Oh.
that. I'm arguing that it could be the opposite. Like,
'Cause, yeah.
you know, not being as familiar with Tales as some of you guys, and I know some of you guys are subscribers to Tales games, some of you aren't. My thing is just looking at what we have now currently within confirmed continuity with the games.
Mhm.
It's like we don't know what the secret is. We also don't have any sort of hint to Jackie or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the books,
Nothing.
other than like a jester costume. So
Yeah,
I don't think
regardless,
that's
we're
it,
getting
though.
new information.
When in the books, I know that there's the story where Edwin makes the mimics. It's difficult to put the pieces together, and then I know that in the
But
epilogues we see it. We see it be brought to the the location where the pizzaplex is being built. What do we know happened to the physical robot between the time when Edwin beats it up and then when it starts tearing apart?
All right,
construction
we'll
workers?
go into the books now. I've written out a summary of events. All right.
Oh, here we
So
go.
basically, there's this guy named Edwin, and he has a kid, but his kid is like he's a recluse, He beats the shit out of all the robots. Not really, but he's a kid, so he's not careful. And so Edwin's broke, so he sells his soul to build endoskeletons for Fazbears. Now, in the story, I believe it says that he builds the endoskeleton for Chica. Am I correct, Withered?
that was
He
like the
builds.
18th
Allow
one,
me to
so.
fact check that, but if I'm not mistaken, yes, he does build parts for specifically Chica. I'm going to check that.
Now, would
real
that
quick.
not literally
I
retcon
have
what
that
Henry
wrong.
says in FNaF 6?
No, because it's 79. He's not building the Chica for Freddy.
For
He's
FNaF
building
1.
it for Fall Fest.
Okay. And so we better see that in the game.
Wait, so who's he building? The
Chica.
for?
He's building the Fall Fest version of Chica.
That we
because
never see in the
we
game.
see But listen, because in the Secret of the Mimic like demo, we see pictures of like the Freddy Fazbear characters, so it's
Yeah.
implied they were in use at Fall Fest. So that's who he's building.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm assuming that the very first animatronic versions of those characters Edwin made, and then Henry made the pizzeria ones.
Yeah, like the superior ones.
Which is weird. But
Does it
anyway,
specifically
so-
say Fall Fest?
Of course not.
Um,
That would be too simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
not.
Why
That would be
we
too
know?
easy.
This is just based on the timeline. Like, it would have to be then
Yes.
because it's before 1983 or whatever.
This is Withered Circle
I'm
pulling it
gonna go-
right out of his rectum.
Yeah.
No. It's evidence based, Chad. It's evidence based.
So-
Okay, so anyway.
Do we know the exact years that those things happen when he builds the mimic, first of all?
Good one.
So
Good one.
because the Mimic is 79.
No,
I
like
tend to
the
assume-
actual Mimic story. What year is that?
I tend to assume the Mimic story is either literally 79 or it's like 78. It's gotta be like
So we
late
don't
70s. We do not know.
Anyway, Cryo.
So it's an
I
educated
have
guess
the-
because it's before Fredbear.
Allow me to explain the
Right.
Mimic's other behaviors, alright?
Yeah, please.
So Edwin builds it pretty much out of scraps. You know, Tony Stark was able to make this in a cave with a box of scraps. And so that's why I'm assuming like Agony actually does play a role in it, because the feats of strength that the Mimic is capable of are insane.
So
in
my
the books.
issue with that is what Agony is there, because if this is like 79, this is before any murders that we know about.
Well, it would actually parallel Henry's
really?
anger in the fourth closet, where he beats the shit out of the Charlie doll, and him being so anguished gives
He
it
beats the doll,
powers.
does he?
And so
I think he
Edwin,
cries
similarly,
into it.
Edwin beats the shit out of the Mimic, which gives it
right.
magical agony powers.
So
That's
you're
not confirmed,
telling
that's not confirmed.
that the Mimic got an Agony Zenkai boost. Is that what this
I
is?
would assume so.
Okay.
Okay, Wither,
Yeah.
how the fuck is a
I-
fucking robot made out of paper clips strong enough to rip out your larynx?
He has
Yeah, how does that
feelings.
work?
He has feelings.
Oh, it has feelings.
Okay, that doesn't even make sense. It's okay. It's got
That's pretty
agony.
much every
Mimics
FNaF
have
anime
feelings
comic.
too, Tidra.
No, it's got
Mimics have
Kaioken
feelings
times
too.
10.
No,
Yeah.
I do agree. I do agree on Agony for now, because like, how is it that strong? I do like jokes
Well,
aside.
I mean, to be fair, like in all of the different FNaF medias, we see that the animatronics are very like they have a super strength. Like even in the movie, the
Well,
spring
yeah,
lock
because
suit
they're
is like a
built
mech.
out of it.
Yeah,
Because
but
they're
what I-
built out of that. To my understanding,
The Mimic is
built
made out of like fucking
crap.
broomsticks and paper clips.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean,
can
in
someone
the-
fact check that? Is the Mimic actually built together like complete?
In the story,
Trash
Edwin
my
literally
guy.
says he's surprised that a robot built of the equivalent of 2 pieces of tape works. Like he literally says, "Wow, how did I get this thing to work?"
Yeah,
Okay.
it's literally like
So what the
ass.
fuck?
It's got agony strength,
It's
bro.
like, sucks. It's horrible.
So
And
anyway,
he wrote it. He programmed it in Pascal and C, and I don't even know if they exist.
I don't
in
know what
Python.
those mean.
Those are programming languages.
You're going too far.
so it starts mimicking David, and David likes to hide in costumes, so that's why in some of the later epilogues and in Ruin, the Mimic hides in costumes while it's killing people.
Okay, I have a revelation.
Alright.
Question: Does David also enjoy just like murdering people?
No,
Yeah.
that's after it gets beat up. After it gets beat up, it gets
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
learned
That-
violence.
So,
Which is it's something that Scott really loves using, because again, that's exactly what happened in the fourth closet.
Yeah.
fair. So I found out that using the programming languages that Edwin uses to build his broomstick robot, the Mimic novella has to happen later than 1972, because that's when C programming language was
Oh,
invented.
look at this.
As if that tells us anything,
Yeah, it's
because we already knew this.
He did a into the pit
Shut up.
Godzilla thing there.
Oh yeah.
Nice. And then
So
what was that, Unwithered?
no, I'm just trying to think of like, okay, so it's Agony comes from at
Agony.
that point,
So
Edwin.
Agony comes from Edwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
is this
so the mimic
is it
is
only
anguish.
strong after he beats it up? Is
Yes,
it only after
yes.
David dies that he gets strong?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Then I
Okay,
assume it's some
how
sort of
overpowered is Agony,
possession.
by the way?
Apparently broken as fuck, because this thing is like this. It actually, with its paperclip hands, it can rip your brain out of your skull.
So when does it become made from paper clips to what we see in?
No. Because yet again, Tails nerd moment here. The first team that goes to Edwin's house.
Well,
to
context
rebuild
first.
the mimic,
After
they give it
Edwin
legs.
leaves, they
yeah,
Fazbear
yeah.
sends them to collect the mimic. Fazbear sends people to collect the mimic. All right, continue.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
they
that like
rebuild
first team of people rebuild the mimic. They give it legs. They make it stronger, and they're
Idiots.
responsible for everything that went wrong. Yeah.
Okay, this
They
is new
died,
information.
So,
Well, this
so that's
totally
they give it
happened.
legs when they go to his house. So could we argue potentially that the secret of the mimic takes place between when he leaves and then when they go to his house?
Yeah.
Because Jackie doesn't
Either
have legs
between or
though.
after.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's what
doesn't
I'm
Jackie
saying.
also not have legs? Is that
That's what I'm
like-
saying. Is
I
it
don't-
could be like he leaves, then
Jackie
it
being the mimic
becomes
is
Jackie.
ridiculous. I think Jackie being the mimic is ridiculous. I think it has to be like some
Really?
animatronic possessed by the
Unless Tails Games isn't true.
Okay,
Well,
that's
it
fair.
doesn't have legs either.
I was
It
gonna
has
say,
to
just
be-
from a marketing perspective, it very much seems like Jackie is clearly supposed to be the mimic, especially because she doesn't have legs. Obviously,
At
it could be a
the
spot
very
run
least,
poll.
like Jackie
But
feels
it's
like
weird.
she's supposed to be the mimic's secret. at
Well,
that
isn't the game literally
Yeah.
in the factory?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, so
Well,
it could,
Jackie
it could
Isn't the
be.
mimic. I'll be so confused.
point. Okay, wait.
could
Who
be-
have we heard that from? Because if I've learned anything the past week, it's that I don't trust people without a source anymore. So is that like?
We'll
that
watch the
trustworthy?
video. We'll watch the video in a sec. It's,
Oh, is there a video? Okay.
There's one where
What
it's
video?
the guy recreates the entire demo. In,
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
yeah. So we'll
haven't
watch
watched
that.
that
It's
one.
like 10 minutes long. We'll watch that at the end and give our thoughts on that.
Sure. Sure.
Anyway, so the first couple teams go to collect it. They both fucking die. How does it get to the pizzaplex in the story? Do you know, Withered? How does it get? Like, do they say how it got shipped there, or no?
So, what? Basically, they don't say exactly how, but we can assume, thanks to what we know about the mimic and the truck or whatever that brings it in.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna pull up the book now, but I will just say what I know from memory. Because at the end of the story, they send so the first team that goes to like fix the mimic dies,
Yeah.
and then Fazbear's like, well, we can always try another time, so they send another team, and that team also dies.
Yep.
But at that point, like Fazbear has to realize that there has to be a way to stop the mimic. So they do, and they definitely do manage to capture it.
They just don't say
and-
how.
Yeah, they just don't say how, and it's just
Okay.
in the
Do we
first
think we're gonna
epilogue
see
of
that?
Tales.
So
Just
so
there's
if a
like
young
truck.
man had to guess, a young man would say that the Secret of the Mimic game happens after the second team dies, but before Fazbear gets possession of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
But they've already given it legs at that point, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. It depends.
Unless they give it legs, then they bring it somewhere, then they take its legs off, and
That's
then
how
they make
FNaF
it into
would.
Jackie.
No, that's how FNaF would. No, wait. Maybe the way they capture the mimic is by like just shooting like an RPG at it, and the legs just blow off.
But it has legs when it gets shipped.
Yeah.
It has
no,
legs
no,
when it gets
I
shipped
kind
to
of
them.
believe that.
Yeah,
At
they
this
put
point, I
legs, new
believe
legs
that.
on after.
That's
so-
because that would imply that the Secret of the Mimic game was before the first team got there. In which case, we'd be playing as Edwin.
Oh,
Dude,
fun
I'm down.
fact. The first epilogue of Tales implies that the mimic is Bonnie. Do with that
Excuse me?
information what you will.
It
So,
implies
it looks
it's
at the-
funny. What do you mean?
He looks
have the
at
quote
the
with you?
mimic. Yeah, I have the book with me. But I just closed it. But I will open it again
Good.
because he looks at the he looks at the truck and he looks at the contents of the truck, and here it says. So it says like, oh, state-of-the-art animatronics, and he's like, this animatronic was anything but bright and shiny and friendly looking. What could have done this? Theo asked. The truck driver shook his head and shuffled his feet nervously. I got no idea. Theo shook his head. Well, they're gonna need another guitarist. Do with that information what you will. That's the mimic they're talking about, by the way.
I mean, is Bonnie the
They're gonna
only
need another-
guitarist in the
Is
series?
yes, like Bonnie's basically the only guitarist of the series.
Wait, isn't
Well,
Bonnie
Monty
also
is.
the guitarist?
But wait, that
Monty
more
had
to
two
me
bodies,
sounds.
Me when I'm
but
at
that
the
sounds-
blue Bonnie on the mural.
Unless I'm misunderstanding, that sounds more like Bonnie's been decommissioned and they need a new guitarist, and he's saying,
No.
"Oh, what about this guy?" Or
No, it's like it's
Oh, I know what
describing
you
the
mean.
Chrome Endo, and then he looks
Yeah.
at the Endo and is like, "Man, this sucks. They're gonna need a new guitarist. They're gonna need to replace that Endo, which is the guitarist." So Mimic canonically played guitar in the Fazbear band, apparently.
Interesting.
Oh, goody.
Anyway,
So
back to the
Bonnie
books.
Indeed.
That's the
Um,
secret of the Mimic. That's the secret of the Mimic.
So the Mimic gets to the pizzaplex construction site, and so then they're like, "Fuck it, let's program it to be even more violent." And the guy says, "Oh, rip off all the heads of anything that looks humanoid." So then it does, and now it's got a violent stat boost, and it starts killing all them too. And then somehow they get it sealed, and then a bunch of teenagers break in and fucking die. Withered, help me out. How does it go from that to getting sealed again?
We don't know.
Oh,
again.
so
Oh,
no, we
okay,
do
we know how it
we
dies.
100% know. We
Oh, do
100% know.
Okay, hit me.
Yes, so it kills the technicians, and this one guy is like running out of the building. He's the only one who survives, and there's a cement truck in front of the building, and he's like, seal the door, seal the door. So they just like all the cement in front of the entrance,
Yeah.
and it just dries up and it just stays there. And then the teens that go to the building, there's like a hole above, like.
Oh,
on
they go through the vent
ceiling
you
of
see
that
in
building.
Ruin?
So they, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a vent. I think it's like a
Okay.
sink, like a little hole or something that sinks into the building.
Mm.
But yeah, they definitely don't go through the cement.
Okay, so
Logistics
they all
question.
die behind the cement wall.
Wait, logistics question.
Okay.
Why does
Yeah.
the Mimic not escape through the place where the kids came?
It tries to.
It can't go vertically, and it's not like smart enough to build a ladder. Like,
It
it's
tries
smart,
to though.
but
It
it's not-
rearranges itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it does, but it fails to go up, and I'm pretty sure like that entrance had to be moved. It was like a grate in front of it, or like.
So
on
they
top of
they
it,
put
whatever.
the cement where we find it in Ruin.
Yeah,
They create
apparently.
the cement wall.
It's like on the outside. Like, imagine if you will the pizzaplex, right?
Yeah.
And you have the pizzaplex, and this is still like it's still a skeleton, so it's basically just like frames.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the bottom of the pizzaplex, there's a big like entrance, like you'd see to a garage, and they put all the stuff in there, and there's just like a big door for everything to drive through. And so
Yeah.
when the guy runs out of the door, he's like, seal it up, and they seal that door. So that used to be an entrance to the pizzaplex. I don't know if it could be the same one in Ruin because like.
Well,
that's
then it had to
totally
get
The one in
sealed
Ruin
twice,
is underground beneath the pizza place from FNaF 6.
And then also you'd have to somehow Mexus has to get there. Ugh.
There's also a bunch of old suits, right? And then in the
Yes.
books, they trick it to go into a spring lock suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's why.
That's a thing?
Yes. That
So
is how the
we're-
Mimic dies.
What's the timeline of those suits arriving at that physical location? Would that be after FNaF 6?
I think they come with the truck as well. At least that's what's implied.
Okay.
Well,
Or
there's,
they
I
were just
remember
there all along. Which is
I remember
weird,
recently
they were
reading
just
a
walking
part-
through the building.
because I was looking at stuff to do with Afton and the safe rooms and getting sealed into them and whatever, and they describe that there is a room behind, like hidden in the back of the building, which is behind a false wall, which is like a pressure latch. So if you push on it, it opens up, and the Mimic is in there. And there's also like this is in the FNaF 6 building, is like there's like a monkey suit and there's like other different animal suits and I think the jester suit might be in there as well. And I'm like, where do they all come from? Why would they put them in the back of this FNaF 6 pizzeria? Are they supposed to just be like, oh, we didn't know, but
Yeah,
Henry
why
had a
are
load
they
of
under?
different
Yeah,
suits
why
in the
are
back?"
they under FNaF 6? Those, because I'm assuming they're Fall Fest suits.
But yeah, then there's the ones like actually in the game with the elephant and whatever, and they're underneath even further where the Mimic is.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean the elephant ones. I mean, why does
Yeah,
Henry
and-
have those?
Well, that's assuming that it was Henry that put them there, because Gregory says when he gets onto Cassie eventually, he's like, we don't know what it is, but it's been down there a long time. And it's like, do you mean like a few years?
All right, fast forwarding to what we do know. Ruin,
Yeah.
the Mimic does in fact get out.
Yes.
Because there's a conveniently
Yeah,
placed
and then
truck.
and then it either gets like obliterated by the scooper or loses a hand.
I think the Cassie elevator ending is
It's
more
canon,
likely to be canon than the...
Because that one has like a,
Yeah, 'cause
a
I
Marvel
agree,
post-credit scene.
Yeah.
When are we getting the sequel to Ruin?
After Secret of the Mimic.
Yeah, probably after Secret of the Mimic.
Next year.
See, then again, I was thinking we would have assumed at the end of Security Breach. I know that's a very different situation with that game, but like that the burn trap ending was the canon one because it was like the hardest one to get, and you had to do all this extra stuff.
And they actually
In
animated
the other
it.
games.
Correct
Yeah,
me if
and
I'm
it's
wrong,
animated.
Doesn't it also have the most stars? Or does Princess Quest also?
Princess
Yeah, I think
Quest
it's
has the
the
most
3-star.
stars, actually. Princess Quest has the
Oh,
most.
okay. But regardless, the one in Ruin, the one you have to work to get, is the one with the scooper. So by prior FNaF rules, we should assume that the scooper one is true, but I also don't think that's true because
I wouldn't.
then
Yeah, no
I
way.
would just be defeated.
Yeah, but in the
I wouldn't
context of
go-
the story, Gregory's telling her to get to the elevator.
Yeah, exactly. And also like we'd have the mimic defeated then at that stage, and it would just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
New-
at that
new
point, there's no
character.
point in anything else.
Why is
It's
there a
also like FNaF
scooper?
3, Sister Location, both of those, the quote-unquote harder ending is the happy ending that probably isn't canon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Actually, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot about Sister Location. And I mean, yeah, the Happiest Day thing I think was a later change, but yeah, I definitely
That's
agree
a
with Sister
conversation
Location
for
one.
later.
Yeah, later time, different time.
I have an entire video to make on Happiest Day if we start going down the Tales games route,
Yes.
which
All
is a
right.
weird correlation, but I swear it relates.
So now we can get to the actual topic of the stream where we have actual like material to work with, instead of attempting
Oh,
to piece
good.
books to games where the timeline doesn't even line up that well.
Succeeding.
So, Help Wanted 2, the update for that.
Mhm.
We have Mystic Hippo telling us to go back in time, and you go back to the sister location bunker, I believe. And you
Yes.
type in 1979 to
Yes.
obtain Tiger Rock. Now, I'll just let you guys talk.
Okay, so
Um,
do we think that typing 1979 to get Tiger Rock means that Tiger Rock has anything to do with 1979?
Yes!
Let's start there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm not sure.
What?
Because-
Look at this guy.
Okay, by
Tiger Rock
that-
is literally the Mimic's
Okay,
thing.
does typing
Tiger Rock is
1983 in FNaF 5 have anything to do with FNaF 4? Yes! So,
Does typing 1983?
No,
in
I
Help
get it.
Wanted 2's
I'm
bunker have
just
anything to do
thinking
with
about other
Charlie?
stuff.
Probably.
I'm getting to what's it called? I'm getting into gravestone order. You're chicanery right now. Ignore me. I'm thinking too much.
Before we continue, I have a Help Wanted 2 question.
mhm,
So, we're playing as probably Cassie's dad.
mhm.
In the narrative of that game, he is only in a quote-unquote like virtual reality when he's wearing the mask, right?
Well, no, the chip,
Yeah.
but continue.
The chip
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
The chip is
So
in
it's
it all the
poss-
time.
It's possible that none of it's real, and so it could all
Yes,
just be like
absolutely.
symbolic. Like, oh,
Yeah.
the programmer made the doll appear if you type 73, as opposed to like it being I'll say like it's not the correct word, but I'll say like diegetic thing.
Yeah, I've seen also that there's some evidence to suggest that he's always in VR because there's a line from Mystic Hippo where it says, "Look at your hand."
Yeah.
And then he looks when
I've
you're
seen
out
that.
of the mask. There's still like the blue kind of VR-y style.
And
hands.
all
You can just
throughout
go to this
Tales,
game.
all throughout Tales and VIP, you have a recurring theme of I'm gonna put this VR headset on. Uh-oh, I'm still in VR.
That's
Mhm.
bad. Like, that's a very important message, and it ties to Ruin and Help
Mhm.
Wanted 2.
So it could be,
Because
yeah.
Cassie's just hallucinating the whole time. Those objects that she supposedly makes disappear with the mask,
Yeah.
the Mimic or Glitchtrap or whatever, Helpy, let's say, is putting them there to make her wear the mask more, so she fades more into its control. And that's why it's making those objects appear.
This is another thing with Help Wanted 2, which I don't really understand, is because I got with Help Wanted 1, all of the levels were just like levels in a game that you were playing. I don't really know what Help Wanted 2, like when you're going to the security breach bunker, like I don't really get, or sorry, the sister location bunker. I don't really know what's happening to Cassie's dad.
That
in
is
that
odd,
situation.
because-
Like, is he
Because I would say
going there? Is he
that
remembering it? I don't,
the levels where you repair Roxy appear to be things that actually happen.
yeah.
So
those
would
are-
that
those
mean
seem
that we
be
have
real.
to say that Jeremy went to sister location before Mike.
Oh, what if he was the guy that hollowed out the space
The
on
vent.
the desk?
The vent. There's a.
Ooh.
Oh, no, that wouldn't even make sense.
No, it.
I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
because
yeah,
that guy
yeah,
died.
yeah,
That guy died.
You know, they found a body in that vent once.
Then he got
He
rezzed.
came back.
They entered
like he
inside of
always
him.
does.
So I guess in that because he also goes to Fall Fest though as well, and if he is like in any way a normal age, then he would be like a kid at that stage, surely. Like he's not.
Well, it's difficult,
He's
'cause
assumably not.
The levels
Why
with
is it
Carney.
normal
The
age?
levels
I
with
assume he's not
Carney.
geriatric.
The levels with Carney clearly aren't real. Like he's not literally leaving work and going to throw darts around. But
Yeah, of
But
course.
he also wouldn't be leaving work to go back in time to go to sister.
that's
location.
true.
So
But he would be.
So
he
I
would
also
be.
have to-
Part of his job would be repairing Roxy.
I wouldn't. Be
I almost think
surprised
like
if it's just
some of
protecting
those.
memories.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think that some of those experiences are like either constructions of the like remnant and then the memories of the people who experience them, or just the mimic, like mimicking things to make those experiences.
Yeah, I
There's
think
also
it's actually just like reading his mind and projecting like what it thinks it is to, like that's what he's seeing. I think that's
I
kind
don't
of
know what he thinks he's doing though. Like,
Do you
in-game,
guys-
what's he
I
doing?
think he's insane. I don't think he has any idea what he's doing.
Do
I
you guys
still
think
believe.
that like the mimic built a one-to-one reconstruction of Michael Afton's living room in the security breach location?
Oh yeah. Are
Oh,
we
why
ready to
is
talk
that
about
there?
That yet?
Yeah, why is that
'Cause,
there?
like,
Why is that
Go
there?
for it.
The
That to me
alternative, the alternative is that they just picked up his house and pushed it somewhere else, or
Or
the mimic
if
He was there
rebuilt
the
it.
whole time.
Yeah.
Or if it was okay, so there's a couple of things. I think overall, that's one of the things that Scott told them to put in the game, and they
They
misinterpreted.
didn't know why.
I think
Yeah,
that's
they didn't
absolutely
know why
one
it
of
was
those
there.
remnants of that. Because I can only see that being Scott being like, oh yeah, and you should put a room in it, which is exactly like Michael's house. And they're going, why? And he goes, don't worry about it. They'll get it. They'll figure it out. You know. And then they put
We
the
still
like built
haven't-
the breath thing on the wall, and put it in a particular room with the Charlie doors as well. I don't even. But I assume in that case,
Charlie Door's a different room. I
That's where
think,
you
but
play
yeah.
the tapes in
Charlie
Mike's.
Door's
in
I thought
Mike's
that's how you
room.
get into it, right? No, I know, but I thought you have to like take
No,
pictures.
you pick
and
a
go
fucking
through
picture
one
of the
Charlie
wall.
doors. Yeah.
No, no.
anyway.
I have not played Security Breach, so I might be wrong.
Fraud.
But I think it's just accessible normally, and the pictures thing is for the daycare secret room, which is where you play blue and
I don't
white.
know. When I was watching Matt
Yeah, but
Pet's
you have to
playthrough,
take
he had to take a
wall
picture of the
that
wall to
opens
get
up.
into Mike's.
Oh,
I
okay.
But I
don't
think-
remember.
yeah.
It's been too long.
I should do that.
But as far as I remember, I think that's the room where you take a picture and it shows up the doors, and those doors in the files are called Charlie doors. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. But
Anyway.
Charlie
regardless.
Door.
I forget.
No,
what
the Charlie
I feel
door is
like
the
Charlie
entrance
door
to
was a
the-
big metal door, wasn't it? Am I crazy?
It was.
No, wait. Listen. I think Charlie Door is the door into the post-it note
look it
room.
up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why aren't we just?
So are we gonna say that the
Yeah, the
storyteller?
door that needs to be flashed open is called Charlie.
Oh, they are from the
door.
sticky.
Okay.
They're from the sticky note room.
So would we say that the storyteller tree is like the fucking room of requirement for Harry Potter, where it can literally generate rooms. So it just generates Michael's room. It just magically generates wood and TVs. And can it do that? Like, how does all that shit get in there?
Unless
Look,
Gregory.
I feel like that's a reach.
I think
Unless
we can
Gregory-
probably
there's
send out emails and orders to Amazon to
Construct
buy things,
Yeah, and consent.
and then
yeah.
use staff bots to use hammer and
Construct
nails
them.
to build it.
Yeah.
Unless we could argue that the stuff like the flashing to make certain things happen, maybe Gregory has the Vanny chip as well. If he was
Well, yeah, he has
TGY
to.
and he was a part of that whole
Yeah,
team.
he definitely does. I think anyone who's
Yeah,
like,
so it's a
possessed- who was
physical room,
possessed-
but
And the way that he gets freed is the thing that Scott failed to communicate. Because we still have no idea how he got out.
Yeah, we still have absolutely no idea how he got out. And for the record, I don't think we'll ever know.
And that's why Tom Game Theory is so insistent, like, no, he's still evil. It's funny.
My God.
Gregory's evil because he was bullied by a kid called Gregory when he went to school. Is that your theory?
So how do we think he got out? Do we have like any hints to that at all?
Balloon
my
Boy
understanding,
minigame?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Everyone who's controlled by Glitchtrap has an arcade game that connects them to Glitchtrap
Princess Quest,
for some
Arcade
reason.
Theory?
the young
So-
balloon boy.
Which is where, okay, so little tangent here because this needs to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
But my kind of theory is that both, like, Vanessa and Gregory are both controlled by glitchtrap at one point, and their, like, evil personas are placed by glitchtrap inside VR, inside arcade games in the pizzaplex, so that they're like impossible to find and deactivate. Which is why we do Princess Quest in Help Wanted too, and that's how we like get rid of Vanny or whatever.
Well, because I will say in Princess Quest, the version not in VR, but or like the one that looks like a mobile game, the Princess Quest in that you have that giant floating head of a glitch trap behind that door, and in the balloon game in Security Breach you have like a glitching out giant spooky looking sun too. So there's like artifacting from glitch trap in both of these games. Yes, if you stay inside a certain area in the Balloon World minigame, the entire screen glitches out and goes purple.
What if Cassie is the one who helped Gregory get out, and that's what the interactive novel is going to be about, the escape to the pizzaplex, or the escape to the pizzaplex?
I hope so, because we need more context for that. We have no idea how we got out.
If we were to ever learn about Gregory, that's when it would be.
Because we're playing as Cassie.
The pizzaplex doesn't say it's actual like traveling through objects. I'd be so pissed.
I right now, based on what just happened with Return to the Pit, am guessing that that's just going to be an adaptation of Ruin.
God, I hope
no,
not.
it isn't.
It could be, but the only thing is that it says.
Not. And there's a reason.
Wait, don't we have a
What's the reason?
Monty on the cover?
The reason is the synopsis.
Monty's on the cover of it. Yeah, cover of it. Sorry.
What's it say?
So, and also read the synopsis.
You go ahead.
Here, I have it here. Yeah. Relive the biggest Five Nights at Freddy's location and setting of the Smash Security Breach game in this all-new interactive novel. You are Cassie, a young girl trapped inside Freddy Fazbear's mega pizzaplex.
Well,
chased by terrifying animatronics as well as the night guards, you've got to do whatever you can to make it out alive. Can you escape, or will it be game over before dawn?
So I'm assuming you're right. I'm assuming it's going to give you context about how Gregory gets freed.
It's going to be before security.
Because there are human employees there.
Yeah,
before
night guard.
We get the duffel bag messages that say there were several guards.
It's happening again. Sorry.
I'm wondering, because if this is before Security Breach, presumably because she's being chased by the animatronics and night guards, and we don't know really much about how the two of them know each other, it could potentially be that she's come here to rescue Gregory from the glitchtrap virus.
Yes.
She plays, because I could see an ending where you play the balloon world.
Wait, isn't it destroyed? Isn't the Balloon Boy arcade cabinet destroyed or no? Am I?
No, because you can play it in Security Breach.
Oh, the Princess Quest one is destroyed. Sorry. That's the one with the glowing sword in it.
Yeah, that's in
Ruin. Yeah. Get my arcades mixed up.
Regarding the interactive novels, though, I have a feeling that Return to the Pit, as weird as it is, I just feel like these are games canon, and Return to the Pit is just the game version of Into the Pit, because everything that didn't work about the originals fitting into the timeline beyond the weird time travel stuff was changed so that it makes sense. Like, it's now 5 kids instead of 6. They're in a safe room instead of a party room. They explain Jeff's and why it would make sense that the Frights people, or the Fazbear's Fright people, could still find Springtrap because it's in like a separate building at that stage. So like everything that used to be a big reason for it not to fit has been addressed in this version, and also there's references to Plush Baby in that ending where you go to into the basement. So I feel like I know a lot of people like the idea of Into the Pit and the original Frights and stuff being canon. I feel like this is just the same thing, but this is in canon, and you don't have to worry about Eleanor and any of that stuff, because it's just like a very basic version of it that just kind of fits in a little neater than the other versions. So I would assume that the Escape to the Pizzaplex, unless it's like some sort of weird retelling of Security Breach, whereas Cassie is the main character, I'm going to assume that it's going to fit between Security Breach and Ruin, but we won't know that until it comes out. Or sorry, before Security Breach, probably.
Anyway,
I think there's a very real world where Escape from the Pizzaplex is a retelling of Security Breach, and that really scares me.
Well, it says Cassie.
Because I really don't want it to be. Yeah. But it'll also be like Security Breach in like its true vision for what Scott wanted it to be, which has the chance to be completely cursed. This book is gonna fuck us up, because
this one will be interesting.
As soon as that book comes out, people are gonna go back to Security Breach and question everything all over again.
So getting back on track with the mimic getting out at the end of the game and Cassie getting the elevator dropped, and then the Roxy talking to Cassie, and in the post-credits scene, are we gonna assume now that whatever the mimic, because she's obviously down there with the mimic now, but Roxy is also there because she's able to talk to her? Or do we think Roxy is now under control of the mimic, and maybe Cassie will be as well?
Well,
I've heard that idea that she could become the new Vanny.
I don't even know. They did deactivate the node on her face.
They deactivated all of the nodes. So, like, does that mean the mimic doesn't have control over everything there anymore?
No, that was
that was to stop it.
Doing that.
Yeah, that was to stop
Oh
it.
yeah, that was to stop it. No, never mind. So it has control.
So it has control. It should have control of Roxy.
So well, then why did Roxy try to stop the mimic?
Oh wait! I'm just realizing now. Why? Maybe that's why the burn trap, or why the mimic underneath the pizzaplex needs to get out, and why it needed to do all this.
Oh, why it
because
needed Vanessa? Because
the
there were
trap
nodes.
was destroyed. No, because it had control in help in up to security breach, but then help wanted to happens.
Okay.
And
It cut it. It cut it off. Yeah, it snipped his cord.
So the one in the basement's like, all right, I guess I got to do it myself. You know.
Oh
it's the
yeah,
Thanos
because yeah,
situation.
fucking yeah.
So how does that?
And the very next thing that happens is giving Cassie the mask, which then allows it to control her, which is now like its new agent of freeing itself.
Yeah.
Because so it loses Vanny and it loses glitchtrap, so it's like fuck. And so it's like I gotta get some other punk to get me out of here.
Yeah.
Thank God, here's an 8-year-old.
And that would even if clip that. Someone clip that. Interesting. So then, if Cassie is also responsible for freeing Gregory, that's just purely speculation. But if she is some way responsible for it, it could make sense that that's why it chose her, because it knows she's capable. And because we also don't know why or how Gregory got in contact with or the mimic got in contact with Cassie. Fucking hell! Why do they name them the same thing?
Because that is a problem with names. We've done this.
Yeah.
So how the fuck?
But we don't know how the Grimmick got in contact with Cassie between
How does
Help Wanted 2 and Ruin.
How does fucking I don't know what the mimic's powers are exactly, but how do we turn Cassie's dad into a staff bot? How did we do that?
The same way that like
the same way that
accidental digital consciousness transference?
Yeah.
As you do.
Or even in the week before, you make eye contact and then suddenly you're a robot.
I thought that was him just getting stuck.
No, he sees Freddy through the camera, and then ending is he goes home and he is Freddy now.
I thought it was metaphorical.
Right.
Never mind.
No, that one was literal.
Oh,
I wish that chapter had ended with "You feel so Freddy." You feel so Freddy.
Very Freddy.
All right. So before we got off topic
Very
like
good,
5-10 minutes
Freddy.
ago, Help Wanted 2,
Podcast.
puzzle pieces everywhere.
We're never.
You go, you collect them. One side is a van with Mexus. The other side is. Are we assuming that it is literally just a gift shop, or that it is the factory?
I don't
it's
think
the
that's the
factory.
literal factory. It might be a recreation of the factory.
Well, you know what I mean.
That's not
You know
even
what I
bad,
mean.
yeah.
Building.
You know what I mean. It's so we would assume that is Edwin's factory.
I feel like it has to be. Like if Help Wanted 2 is trying to be as on the nose as it appears to be, then that would have to be.
Because I was saying when I first watched it with one of my friends, I was saying the actual building looks very similar to the type of building that the Mystery Shack is from Gravity Falls. Like it looks like looks like a tourist trap. Like come in here, buy stuff. But it could also just be it could also just be the actual factory.
Needed to lure people in. Edwin's broke ass needed to lure people in. He needed more money.
Yeah.
So we're talking Help Wanted 2, right?
Yes, the house,
yes.
the big
I'm-
house.
There's the house, and then behind it, you can kind of see the factory, right?
In the photo,
In
I
Help
think you can
Wanted
see the
2?
factory in the
Photo.
background. In the jigsaw.
So it probably
The puzzle,
is. It probably is like either a gift shop or an actual house then.
Or like the administrator's house or something like that.
The
yeah.
level is called Manager's Office.
Okay.
In the level you play in the demo, is called Manager's Office. So it could be in there.
I'm
Now-
getting up the jigsaw picture.
Would we assume that those being on two separate sides of the jigsaw, that Mexus and that house exist at the same time? Because
Oh,
you
I don't
enter
know.
1979 on Mexus.
Mhm.
Or sorry,
And they
I'm
keep
lying.
saying that it's, like-
465. Whatever the fuck that means.
They keep saying Mexus is like super old as well, right? Like they keep
From
saying
the
that in
80s.
Yeah, well,
interviews
they say
and-
that
yeah.
they deliberately designed the computer that it comes out of
Yeah.
to look like, very old.
So
Well, it's specifically the computer from the movie War Games, which came out in 1983.
Yeah.
See, I think Secret of the Mimic's going to be set in 1983.
That's what they said in the interview with.
83.
Wait, you think
I-
Secret of the Mimic is gonna be at 83, 93?
I genuinely
If it's
do
in
because-
83, we're seeing fredbears for show.
Yeah, because
We are
okay,
already-
so there's a couple of things, right? So first of all, the actual like teasers or the stuff that's come out from the demo has said that there's a poster for Freddy Fazbear's, which is the same poster used in, I believe it's Help Wanted 1 or,
So,
or 2.
there's Freddy's
and it
and
says
Fredbear's
coming-
posters, I believe.
And it says
different
Freddy
posters.
Fazbear's Pizza coming soon. If that was set in 1979, 4 years is not coming soon. I can't buy that. I don't
it
understand
could be
why they would
83.
have that.
Could be in 83.
I think it could be set in 83, and that the secret or where David died
Yes.
or where the mimic was created is 1970.
Yes.
I wonder if the secret of the mimic is that it's somehow possessed by David or his agony or whatever. So
That would be turbo cringe.
we're.
But
I mean,
Because the mimic's not with him when he
Tiger
gets
Rock
hit.
Plushie, the Tiger Rock plushie has like meat in it, right? In the
Gross.
demo. If you go no clip, you can go into its neck, and you can see that there's like organs and stuff inside of the plush, which is like a really weird detail.
yeah,
It's
back to
possible
that.
from a game development thing that they just shrunk down the model they made for a potential full-size costume
Yeah, in the next game.
to make the little plush. But either way, yes, either a full-size costume or the plush.
Because I was going to
have
comment, it looks
meat in
very
it.
similar
The
to the
plush-
glitchtrap suit. The material it's made out of is very similar to the glitchtrap suit.
That's why Vanessa says, I made it myself. I thought you might like it because it looks similar to the Vanny mask as well. They're all both in like the same
Same
style.
material.
Mm-hmm.
So were those suits
and
used
so
at
are all
Fall
the
Fest,
suits in the back.
do we think?
Yeah, I think so. I think before there were spring locks, there were these suits, and they were the entertainer suits that were worn either at Fall Fest or at Fredbear's or whatever. We also know that there's pizza boxes with Fredbear's on it in the Secret of the Mimic. So again,
We'll
it's
get
like
to watching
more,
the
and it,
demo soon.
yeah, but in terms of this taking place in 1983, I think there's a
Mhm.
chance that it definitely could. And it's also interesting that you have to go to the sister location bunker. I know you enter 79, but that's in the
Yes.
real game where you enter at set 83 to get the puppet plush. So it could be like a hint. You know, I think we're supposed to think before it comes out that it
Well,
takes place in
that
79.
to me is linking 79 to Tiger Rock specifically. So whether it was created in 79
Yes.
or David died in 79.
Yes. But I just sorry, I moved, I started yapping there for a bit, but I've got the picture of the house here, or whatever it is. It's got masks, and then what is it? Gifts here. It's like, this looks like the front where you sell the stuff that's coming out of the factory here in the background.
Are there windows?
So like this is a gift shop. Yeah, there's windows.
Okay.
They don't seem to in the image have the mural. They do, like the stained glass stuff that they have
Yeah.
in the actual image, but masks is also interesting considering all the connections between masks and glitchtrap specifically, and how he puts masks on people. I think we were talking about that in the big live stream.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting that we've got this like front, and then there's this factory over here in the background. It still looks like Willy Wonka-esque with all these big pipes and stuff. But I'd imagine that whether this is, maybe it's Edwin's house as well as being a gift shop, or his house is some part
Yeah.
of this. But this, I'd imagine, is because it's also got the MCM logo, whatever that is, up here. What would MCM do? We have any ideas what MCM stands for? I
Murray
imagine
Co.
Murray
Co.
Mimicking.
Mimic.
Yeah. Murico Manufacturing could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's the only thing.
Interesting. Okay, so
Yeah.
right. So I was gonna say about the car and about the house that we see. Do we think that the car driving away with the Mexus machine, if that machine was built in 1983, which is why I think the game will be also set there, the movie it's based on came out in 1983. Do we think that it being driven away in a van is something that's going to happen in Secret of the Mimic as like a flashback to show how it got to the pizzaplex? Or do we think that could be taking place after what happened to the pizzaplex?
I don't see how they get a car down there and then put it in the car and then drive all the way up vertically up the sinkhole. So I'm assuming before.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. Yeah,
I'm assuming before.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't think of the logistics of how you get it out of there. Yeah, I assume it's probably delivered there around the same time the Mimic is. But it's also interesting because it looks like it's being sped away in like they're stealing it, right? Like it almost.
Well, they could still be. FazBear could still be
be
stealing it to bring it to the. Oh, he's muted.
But who are they stealing it from?
The factory? Question mark.
But
Well, what
they own
is
the factory?
what is the purpose of Mexus?
Yeah,
Like,
we don't even know if
obviously
it's
we've seen
actually
it
against him.
contain the mimic.
I'm assuming
like,
it is
what-
actually to contain it. Yeah.
So that
Well,
kind of makes
yeah.
me think that the events of this game will be like the mimic is Jackie or something and has broken loose, and then you, the player character, have to escape it, and then maybe you have to go back to the factory to get part A, B, and C, and then
Yeah.
you combine those to make the Mexus computer, and then the game ends happily because you put it in the van and it's off to go be plugged in to stop everything and pause
That's what I'm
this,
saying. What if we play as
clown
Edwin?
attack for 4 years.
Because does it say where Edwin goes? Like right
We know
after?
he
As in, I know he ends up at the pizzaplex way
ends
later.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, way later though.
So he doesn't die. That's what we know.
Yeah, because we know when he dies. We see that happen.
Yeah.
So he'd
Well,
definitely
yeah,
be
we-
alive for this game.
We still don't know what X and E and S and whatever. We could maybe assume the M is either Mimic or B.
I have a theory, but I don't know if it's 100% accurate.
So
There
a lot
are
of
people trying to decipher what
There's
what
no
Mexus
way we're gonna
stands
get
for.
it. But I'm hoping the game will tell us. The new
Well-
game, I'm hoping will tell us.
because a lot of people, I saw a Reddit thread where different translations of Mexus in different languages were giving people
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of important context.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't
Yes,
even think
yeah.
about
I don't
that.
remember these details, but it was like
Video.
translating into Russian, and then I think there were 2 different Spanish translations that use different letters, and so you can kind of like figure out like, okay, because looking at it right now, right, like is the X a word that actually starts with X or starts with an EX that's just shortened to X, or just X means like 2 things are crossed with each other,
Yeah.
who knows? But looking at different translations, maybe you can give a better idea.
We
My
need
name
someone
is
who
Edwin.
speaks every language to look
Yeah.
at everything and go, all right,
I
what's the
speak
crossover
5.
between all
I'm a
these
good
letters?
contender.
Okay, that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty good.
All right,
That's-
and then
I'm like,
we'll
oh, I
we'll,
think that's
we'll
really good.
watch the demo in a second. I'm gonna have Cyanide pull it up because
Yeah,
last time I
I'll-
opened
I'll
Google
screen
Chrome, my
it.
computer almost exploded. So
We need to get you a different browser, bro.
true, Opera. I'll start using Opera. It's way easier on the CPU
I think everything's way easier.
for
than
some
CPU.
fucking reason. I don't know why Chrome is like, all right, 90 gigs of RAM.
Chrome is always
Yeah.
give me a second and I'll start.
While you're opening that, I saw an interesting idea. I cannot remember where I saw it, but somebody suggested that the Mexus machine itself was built in '83, but that the Rabbit Mexus, like the
Yes,
glitchy
was later.
version, was later and was like created as a safeguard toward the Mexus machine, and it might not actually be a part of it like that comes from the machine itself. It might be added into
Mexus
it.
and the rabbit
Like a
are
firewall.
inherently 2 separate things. And
Yeah,
like the
like
rabbit is just an add-on to Mexus. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, it could
Hmm.
be. Yeah, I think because we also have the idea that like Gregory is a hacker with GGY. I was thinking that I assume Gregory is the one that puts Freddy into safe mode to stop because he's aware of glitchtrap if he was GGY. So he puts Freddy in safe mode to make sure that he's off
From
the network.
inside him?
And
Question
then-
mark.
Well, I don't know if he's inside him at that point, but he presumably does something wirelessly through the network that he has access to, and then
Well, because he's already in
'Cause
safe
we-
mode. Isn't he
Yeah.
in safe mode during his performance? Because
no, he
that's what
goes-
makes him
he
crash,
shuts
right?
down.
he's
No, he
boots
shuts
up
down and
in
then
safe
boots
mode
into safe
because
mode.
he crashed.
Okay, why does he crash though? Because he has instructions
That's
to
why
go
I'm thinking
kill.
Gregory
He has
did that.
instructions to go kill
Gregory.
Gregory. Or go
Okay,
get him,
but
sorry.
Same time,
Why
he's
does
getting
only
instructions that
Freddy
it's a
crash
kid.
then?
Huh?
Why does only Freddy crash then?
I
Fucking.
assume
Because the others-
Gregory just knew that
I
he
mean,
could get into him.
he's
or-
Glamrock Freddy is his little bitch in GGY, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Like, he works
yes.
for Gregory, pretty much.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, in GGY, I
does.
think. They make a note a couple
Oh,
times
okay.
that Glamrock Freddy
Dude,
looks at
none of-
people
wait,
funny.
dude, none of the animatronics
Glamrock
have ever
Freddy
been-
is implied to be the one that kills the protagonist of the story at the end.
Oh,
W.
so then Gregory has some sort of inherent access to.
To
Glamrock
Yes,
Freddy.
he modifies
So
his
boots him
code
out of the
specifically.
Yeah, so then he
GGY.
knows how to get into Glamrock Freddy, so
Yeah.
he kicks him out of the system because at that point Gregory is free. So he's like, well, I need something to help me. I'll get Glamrock Freddy because even though I used him for bad stuff, I'll use him for good stuff now.
God, I love how the only context you get for that in the actual game is a therapist saying to an unnamed patient, "You're a hacker." What a fucking shitty story. Holy shit.
No. There's more.
Alright.
There's more.
Is everyone
There's
ready
more
to
proof.
watch this?
In the
demo?
game, hold on, let me argue with
Oh,
this circle for a second.
Yes, there is.
What context is there
There's
in the
more
game that he's a
proof in the
hacker?
In the recordings of like the like the therapists or whatever, one of the therapists says like, "Oh yeah, the last 3 therapists mysteriously went missing, but we found them. They look like they were torn by machinery." Do you have any idea what that could mean? Like that, like it couldn't be clearer that like they were torn up by animatronics, which is hacking. So it's
Okay,
like,
that's
a little
still
he's-
that's
he's
still
number
that's
one
still
on
in the
every
tapes. That's
game.
still only
still
in
vague.
MP3 files to an unnamed patient.
I guess
Why?
the kind of
Wait,
the
wait.
storytelling of like him being
Bio,
number one
Scroll
in
up to
every.
the Mexus things again. Why is it CUBMX in Russian? That's so weird.
I don't understand how the Russian
Mexus,
language works. I don't understand how
Mexus,
any of
yes,
these
it's
languages
Mexus,
work.
Mexus.
I don't even know what this
Submix.
one is.
Me neither.
My name
I
is
have no idea
Mexus.
what
Yeah, it's interesting that
My
the
name is
S, the E, and
Submix.
the M and the X are flipped. So presumably in is that Spanish, Mexican Spanish? It's like so it is like a sentence because it matters what order
Yeah.
the letters are in for it to make
Oh,
sense.
in fact, that
Yeah, they explain this if you scroll down.
Yeah.
The Russian thing's the most interesting because it basically implies that the thing that the X stands for is just the letter X and it's not actually an abbreviation.
yeah, because in that language,
be executable.
X isn't X the way we read it. It's not Zx. It's
Yeah.
sh. So that's how you pronounce it. It's a sh sound. So it cannot be. It has to be just X.
Or possibly, as they say, the Roman numeral 10, which would also just be an X.
Alright, mimickers, to the demo.
Are we not
Let's
going
go.
to insult
Mimickers.
it?
Fuck no, I'm not talking about French mimics.
Okay, God forbid.
Mimi.
All right.
Right.
Wolf Clock Productions, Wolf Clock here. This is my second recording of this because the first one had absolutely destroyed audio. So yippee! It's like 1 o'clock in the
And
morning.
we'll
you
just
guys hear
we'll just
it?
pause. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, it's very
You can right click on it and
Tell
change
me.
stream volume as well if you need to.
For 4 days
In
straight.
Discord.
This is
Not
like
you.
an old Gary's mod playthrough. It's so fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
this
more
just
right.
yeah.
So
Was this
basically-
made in Gary's mod?
Cry and I just hit the space bar whenever we have something to say or whenever you have something to say. Therefore, it's fair use. Alright, go.
Welcome
Every 5 frames.
Secrets of the Mimic. So basically, if you're not in
There's a part 2.
the loop, the latest Five Nights at Freddy's game is called Secret of the Mimic. It is a room scale VR game where you actually move around, sort of similar to Half-Life Alyx, sort of similar to Boneworks.
I think that's going to be
Whatever
very
one
good for
calls it,
lore.
like,
I think that'll be
doesn't matter,
very
I'm
good
so
for
tired
lore.
right now, like,
You can actually move around and
so
look
cool.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know
Sounds
if
like
this
jump,
game is
jump.
launching with flat mode? By the way,
They haven't said yet.
Yes,
We know
we
that
do.
yet. No, it
We
fucking
know
better.
basically
Hope
for a
it's
fact
done.
because it's releasing on PSVR 2 and like normal consoles as well.
Alright, good.
At least that's what It's gonna be on flat for
Okay.
sure.
It better.
Okay, so I played Secret of the Mimic's demo at PAX 5 times, and I watched my friend play an additional 4 times. That
Bro's
was
the
enough
Mimic
for me to be
analyzer.
able to write a lot of
Yeah, what the fuck?
documentation down about what the demo had and what was in each of the 2 levels. This is an approximate recreation of the first level, name of the manager's office, and
Mhm.
I'd like to go through some of the things that I saw. So, first things first, we come out of a large red door that is presumably for some manner of elevator. It looked like an elevator door to me. Not sure if that's the case or if it's just a very strangely shaped large red door, but just telling you what I know.
Can you pause it?
On the
I feel like then it couldn't be the house, because that's like 2 stories. I don't think you need an elevator for the house you see in Help Wanted 2. Unless,
no, they wouldn't have like a freight elevator there.
Unless it's not to scale and it's fucking huge. So we are in the factory behind it.
It has to be a different location.
Yeah, which means that
There's no way it's
that house is not the factory. I don't know what that house is.
That's Edwin's house. That's Edwin's factory.
Yeah.
Edwin just lives there.
Edwin lives in the mystery shack?
That's what the Mimic novella says. He lives there.
Oh, I thought he lived in the actual factory, like the big one.
I guess, yeah.
So
Maybe
then that would not be the house then.
Well, I assume this is part of, because it looks like a store, even if it is a house. So I assume there's like part of it which is like a customer-facing front, because there's like arrows pointing at the door saying gifts and masks.
Well, that's why I thought it was a literal gift shop.
somewhere to live.
I thought it was a literal.
Yeah, if he has somewhere to live,
Probably
in the
is.
back, you know.
But that's
like
that's
in real stores, people will live on the 2nd floor above their shop.
Yeah, it's like a revenue source for him.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
there was a trash can. It wasn't.
They sell
just a
directly
trash
stuff they
can,
make in
it
the
was
factory.
The regular American-style trash can.
Oh, damn, we're going through every prop.
We know more about the trash can than we do about the mimic.
We do.
Okay. Do we need the breakdown of the trash can?
Devs feel bad
No.
about
You guys have
around
special trash can?
C. Moving along here.
I'm gonna speed this up
Now,
until he
holding
leaves this
room. So
goddamn
starting
room.
left here, there was a whiteboard, or rather a chalkboard, a blanked out chalkboard right here. It had nothing on it. It was very slightly to the left of this desk. I don't know why I remember that. There's
They'll probably
No.
add something on
blank
that.
chalkboard right there. On the desk itself, there were blueprints for a cardboard cutout.
Oh,
There
Oh, wait.
were
yeah, blueprints
Hold
for
on, hold on.
Blueprints for cardboard?
On the desk itself, there were blueprints for a cardboard cutout of a
Actions.
hippo with a violin.
Hippo with a
Oh, no.
violin.
The young Mr. Hippo.
Glam rock hippo.
Yeah,
Who is
not,
canon?
not Junior Hippo.
Yeah.
but-
I think we'd be quite a ways away from glam rocks at this point in the timeline.
No, Henry had them planned all along.
So
Wait,
to
did
get
we-
this
Wait,
correct,
wait, 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 wait,
blueprints for
Did we-
a cardboard.
Yeah, wait. Do
Yeah.
we remember what instruments
It's a
Glam Rock
triangle.
Mr. Hippo was playing? It was a triangle?
It's a triangle.
It would be a fucking triangle.
Why would you have a
Cardboard
Oh,
cutout
triangle?
So-
It's like
of
the worst
a-
instrument.
I don't remember where I saw this, but someone made a post somewhere, and again, who I can't claim the veracity of the post.
It was
I don't
me.
even really remember, but it was something to the effect of like, in Security Breach, you get an achievement or a trophy for taking a picture of like 4 animatronics, but you can get it if you take pictures of cardboard cutouts too, because those count. And so
Yeah, 'cause
someone was
the
trying to link
characters-
that to this. Someone's like, oh, that means that the
Interesting.
cardboard cutouts have animatronics in them.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever
make
heard.
sense because that's also the end. Like you can get to the Gregory's room by taking pictures of the cardboard cutouts and their eyes light up.
They
So
might be electronic, but I don't think
presumably-
they're moving around.
I'd imagine they're not
But
moving
if
around,
they-
but if they have electronic parts, they still need
Yeah.
blueprints.
Which means that
No,
they could
that's
have the mimic in them or remnant in them or
Yeah,
something.
they could have
I think that's
done
where the theory was
mimic
going.
cameras or some
Oh,
shit.
no.
Mimic eyeball cams.
Let's keep going.
Eyes
I'd be-
everywhere.
I'd be okay with that.
blueprints for a cardboard cutout of a
That's the
hippo
stupidest
with a
sentence
violin. It was just for a cutout. It wasn't for an actual suit. But
Interesting. So
on the
yes, they
left
must
side
have
of the-
electronics in them then. If he's positive that it's blueprints for a cutout, yeah, that must be.
So then, as well, would potentially
must be
the
electronic.
70s Freddy or whatever from Ruin, the one in the tunnels, that could be the one that gives you the access to the Brazil ending. That could
That's
have
so
animatronic parts in it.
Blueprints were the entire cutout. And on the right side, there were attachments for it, such as various different arms. One had a
Oh,
violin.
Christ.
You know, makes
Huh.
sense. Blah blah blah. We had all these different.
Oh, wait.
shelves.
Customizable
Are
cardboard.
these?
What's the
Yeah, are these like super? No, because they have fucking Jackie in this game. So I was gonna say, are these like super early versions of animatronics? That like, oh, they're like a stand. You can change the arms and stuff. Like
I
it's
wouldn't
like
be surprised.
Mr. Hugs. Mr. Hugs is the main antagonist.
maybe it's like
Well, have
Yeah,
you guys
maybe
ever
it's-
seen? I'm gonna try to find a picture, but it's like a cardboard thing, but like there's a little joint on the elbow, so like it can wave at you.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those at amusement parks. That might be.
Yeah,
what this
probably
is
just one
like.
of those.
So
Yeah.
very, very, very primitive animatronics.
Yeah, because this takes place in like the
fucking.
Yeah,
70s,
this takes place 4
Shells
years
are-
before sister location.
Boxes.
yeah.
If it's also,
It's built.
if it's also,
Dude, Afton moved fast. I don't know what you want me to say.
if it's also, it makes sense if it's Mr. Hippo as well, because it could just add to the idea that the mediocre melodies are like the budget version of the regular animatronic.
Yeah,
like,
Edwin.
definitely
It seems like Edwin at least was making things for the mediocres.
But this is what I mean is like that in every version of events, they're always like behind the times of whatever is the most current technology. They're like, you know,
The detailing on them wasn't very specific, so I didn't really worry too much about it. Moving on. Over here, I didn't do a very good job at showcasing
what the
this,
hell was
but
this?
this is supposed to be a blown-out hole in the wall. As you can see over
Huh.
here, there was
A blown out hole.
So like with TNT dynamite.
Yeah. Dude, hang on.
Or
I want to see
really
if he
So who
says-
the fuck is bringing TNT
Like,
to Edwin's factory?
Did he say TNT?
He said
Wait,
blown
maybe-
out,
maybe-
like
Yeah,
destroyed.
maybe a truck drove
Okay, but-
through it.
Bomb thief.
Yeah, or maybe like
On the
Kool-Aid
second
Man
floor?
came bursting through it.
Yeah.
and shit.
we could be on the
Oh,
first floor though,
yeah.
because we could have gone down in the elevator or up. We don't know.
Yeah,
That's
we could've
true.
done
Wait,
that.
what if that's why Jackie's box has the bomb blind? Because the creator knew about
Put
this.
bombs in your belongings because they saw the lore.
I've
They
been saying it the whole time. Jackie's box is canon.
blown-out
true.
hole in the wall. As you can see over here, there was this door that had a shelf up against it so you can access it. But this was a blown-out hole
Okay,
in
so
the wall.
Jackie's
There
tried
were
to get out
bricks.
before.
Yes, so someone broke out into this room, right?
Could
That's
it-
what
could-
it says?
could
Someone
also
they
be like a
either
super
broke in or they
strong
broke
animatronic.
out. They either broke in or
No,
broke
no,
out.
no, because
there's a door.
That door is like,
There's a door, never
no,
mind.
No, because that door is like blocked off, so someone
Yeah.
broke through the wall to get in.
All over the ground. It's awesome. I will get into what's in this room after I check out this corner. So over here, I didn't make all the details here, but there was a pulley system. There was a chain going down and around a, what do you call the things?
Axel?
A gear.
Fuck.
And the gear had a hole in the middle. On the ground, there was
Yeah, that's
a
normal.
portable light with a handle on the back of it. I know that there's a handle on the back because my friend kept trying to pick it up. That was pointing directly at said gear. And then next to it, there was a door sort of similar to this, but it was down all the way.
So it's to open the door.
The logic here. I just
Yeah.
set this up as a set piece. But
You have to get a
the obvious
hand crank or
implication
whatever.
was you needed
So it's a
to
puzzle,
get
I'm
a
assuming.
crank to
Yeah,
twist
so
the
it's a
gear
puzzle
and
to open the door.
And the only way that you could go is through the blown out wall. So let's investigate what was in here.
Now, what the fuck are you?
Looks like a giant
Purple.
pig.
Purple
Something
elephant.
that
Yeah,
Purple man elephant.
I didn't get down very well.
Purple
in
dog.
This quick sketch remake.
that's
of
definitely a
the level.
dog.
It was a lot darker and more blue. I think there may have been like either lights or small windows at the top sections of this wall. Not sure, but that's how it sort of looked. This was a mascot of a very large pink dog by the name of Sharpay.
The fuck?
What?
Oh,
I
I've
made
heard
a
of
whole
this.
theory about
Yeah.
this thing. I made a whole theory about this thing. Like
Why?
on Twitter. Because
Clifford.
It's relevant. Because in
Clifford.
it is Clifford. Gibi as the Clifford expert here. You should
Yes.
How does this affect Sparky's legacy?
know. But essentially what this means is in Tales, there's a costume of a pink dog with like frizzy hair, and one of the posters we find in Secret of the Mimic, it's like in the demo, is of Sharpay the hairstylist. I'm gonna find the exact tweet where I said that.
I mean, I'm sure that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen images
He'll
of,
get to
of them recreating that poster.
Yeah, I'll probably get to
All right, begin, cry.
And we know that was called Sharpay because one of the posters, a
Ha.
poster that people haven't actually
Lamau,
seen yet,
he said it.
said Sharpay Salon, and it had the same dog on it.
So I'm
Right,
guessing he just makes mascots for
this-
everything. That's his job. He's like a designer.
Yes, that's his
Okay.
job.
So this
Now,
is
what the
Edwin's
fuck is
factory.
this?
On God.
Was a placeholder I put down to represent the elephant model,
Huh.
the end of.
So
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna say it. How the fuck does it get from here to there?
Well, I assume it's with everything else.
And it'll be in
The
better
giant
condition. It
truck.
won't be as dirty, I'm sure.
I think
Yeah.
they said that. Yeah, I think he's gonna say that.
Ruin. So at the very end of FNaF Ruin, there are a couple of different ruined mascots in the Mimic's lair. One of them is a messed up looking elephant. This was that elephant, but not messed up.
Okay.
To the right
Yeah.
of him, there is this giant cake. I wrote down my notes. The cake was about 2 people tall. So
Happiest day,
approximately
happiest
10
day.
feet.
Happy stay, shut up, Rocket.
And yeah,
Or a bachelor
On the
party.
other side, I remember that there was a mascot directly to the side of the blown out portion
Question
of the
me
wall,
the
but I
question
could not
mark.
for the life of me remember what it was.
So there's a mystery mascot.
He can't remember.
So I just
He got
put down a
Afton
question
mind
mark here.
wiped.
If anybody
Shit.
remembers what this was, please leave a comment and let me know. It has been driving me absolutely insane, the fact that I just didn't get it written down. But moving along, to the left of that there was a spaceship. To the left of the spaceship there was a propeller plane, and
Pretty in
on
Space
top
and
of
the
menus,
plane
there
game
were
from
also a bunch of
Chica's
different cardboard
Chica
cutouts.
World.
So I remember explicitly
Wait, there's a bunch of cardboard cutouts.
there was a cardboard cutout of a balloon animal dog. It was red and it had a smiley face on the front of it, like where the head would be.
Another dog.
Next to that, there was a precursor to everyone's favorite #1 crate.
My goat.
#1 gift,
Oh,
because it was a blue gift box that had the #1 crate's features on it.
My goat.
Thought it was worth a hearty chuckle, but I decided to throw that in for a game this early on. So I thought I'd
Well, I'm pretty sure that's because Edwin like made those in his
I
garage
don't
when he was like
think
8.
there were any
Probably.
cardboard
Wait,
cutouts.
is this? Hang on. Okay, so I'm already going to the idea that Edwin created everything that you can buy in FNaF 6.
Pizzas. Yeah, we said that. Cryo and I said that in our stream.
Yeah.
That
Was that
specifically everything in
that's
Dumpster
weird.
Diver. Specifically everything in Dumpster Diver Weekly. He created.
Yeah, everything
isn't-
that's just complete.
So yeah,
mediocre
Mr.
as
Hogs,
well.
Pan Stan.
and the mediocres though, right?
That's
He's
not.
got
Those aren't in
the-
Dumpster Diver.
Yeah, those are.
No,
Yeah.
but I know, but I'm saying Edwin makes them.
The first version of them apparently, because we see Mr. Hippo in this demo. So apparently he made at least
Yeah,
the
he
first
might, he
version.
might have designed the characters, but he didn't actually make those animatronics.
Yeah, just like how like
That's what I'm assuming.
Henry and Afton make different versions of Freddy, so it could be Edwin made a different version of Mr. Hippo.
on
No, he
this
made the
side
cardboard
of this
one.
lineup Here, but there may have been. This is obviously the more important part. In the
My name is Jackie.
teaser
Yeah,
trailer,
I'm fucking
obviously, we
Backy.
have
Yeah.
the boss with the crank
And with
on
my
it that
clown
it,
power?
peeks out of. That is the first thing that you see and like can actually interact with. This giant box with the crank on it. If you twist the crank, after a second, out comes Jackie, which is, I don't know if that's the official name, just what fans will be calling her, but
Oh wait,
Oh, it isn't, is it?
all
We
of
don't even
the-
know what it's called yet,
all
do
of-
we?
I'm sure someone has made this connection before, but all of the boxes all of the gifts in Security Breach and Ruin are
Oh yeah,
boxes
present
with
boxes.
a hand crank on them.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And if they're being
Oh.
put there by
The
glitchtrap,
Mimic.
it will connect the mimic to Jackie again.
So it might be Jackie.
And
then.
also the puppet, but yeah, wow. Huh.
My
And the- well, yeah,
grandfather's
the-
clock
yeah.
goes tick tock.
That's why I'm worried this game is going to be like, yep, Edwin made literally everything.
All right, let me game
But it's-
theorize really quick. What if Henry is just the ultimate mooch, and he's like, "What the fuck is this? What Pan Stan? All right, Paper Pals. What the fuck is this? Jackie box? All right, Marionette. What the fuck is this? Hippo cardboard? All right, Mr. Hippo. Like, what if he's just the world's greatest mooch, and he just steals all Edwin's shit?
Even worse.
Oh my
It's
God.
it's like reverse.
This game is just a character.
It's like
assassination on Henry.
reverse Mad Pat. It's like where Mad Pat was like someone was copying Henry. Nah, fuck it. Henry's copying Edwin.
Oh my God.
He
He
Mimicking
literally
him?
copied him.
He's mimicking him.
Oh.
Okay. We
Henry is the
gotta
mimic.
speed this up.
Continue,
'cause I have
Sigmund.
to-
Continue.
clown.
Because I have people coming over.
animatronic
That might
box
already be
cutout.
here, actually.
I believe she said something like "time to play," and it was in a high-pitched, girly-sounding voice. That is important to know because later on the pitch changes.
Yeah.
I remember that behind the stuff over here, there was an exit sign above a door, and that's when I realized that there was a door on the other side as well. Very clearly intentionally blocked off, so some environmental stories over there. Keep going, and there was a whole bunch of presents and stuff filling up probably about half of the room. Everything behind this big present. And in fact, there was more space behind the present that I didn't translate here in my recreation. But keep going, there was this wooden statue of a tower. I don't think that's the
cool.
correct wording to use here, but good boys want to block it. I'm so tired, so bear with me here. I remember that there were these cutouts of these strange-looking knights across here, and I didn't bother representing them, right? But they were knights. Right here, there was what I can only describe as a 3D cardboard cutout of an octopus. This is not the octopus that we see on the leaked poster, but it was a red octopus, and there was
Keep
different,
speeding.
cardboard cutouts of its tentacles, and its head was also cut out. So that was right there. One more thing that I didn't translate in this recreation because I ran out of time to figure out, there were presents hanging from the ceiling on ropes. I don't know if there's one like, right about here, and there's also here.
Hang Drew?
Here.
So there's just a shit ton of presents everywhere.
Alright, I'm gonna say
Finally, we
it.
have this door.
I'm gonna say it. What if he was designing Jackie for Circus Baby's entertainment and rental?
I hate you.
No.
No,
Right.
not yet. Too early.
No
too early.
way.
She does have a split down the center of her face.
No.
Fun time
No.
mimic.
No.
She's the Springbok suit that we're in Night 4.
Michael got
God.
his skinny
FNaF
waist
right
then.
the whole time.
Skinny waist Mike is.
Yeah.
I'm pressing play.
A very new design, one I hadn't seen before in any previous FNaF game. So they're not reusing assets here; they're using completely new stuff for this game. You can tell they're when it all stops, which is very nice. Even
Bro
if they're
needs to
not-
reach 10 minutes.
But anyway, that's about it.
Yeah, seriously.
And the door
This,
was.
pops out and it falls off. You pick it up and walk on over here. You insert it into the pulley system on the wall. That allows you to open up this part way.
Mhm.
And when it fails to go all the way, the prompt shows up showing you how to crouch. To do that, move on through. And now this room is one that we actually do have a picture of, thanks to some of the stuff that was in the line to get into the experience. I will pop it up right now. And I will say that I didn't model the others
That looks a lot like the one help wanted minigame.
right now.
No, it's not. That's not the FNaF 4 house. Don't worry.
It's just a hallway with
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah, it's just, but it definitely emits the same vibe.
It looks the
You can
same.
see out the window as well.
Always exist.
Yeah.
Didn't model the other side of these windows, but there's a very large warehouse with a couple of catwalks, and in the center there is a mascot suit being created. It looked like there is a mascot suit being created.
Mhm.
It looked like a large bulbous blue suit, so I could only imagine it's probably the suit of the hippopotamus that we saw.
hippo was
on
blue,
blueprints
huh.
over there.
A bulbous
People
blue. I
think-
like that. Bulbous. What a nice adjective. There's a
Yeah,
bulbous
bulbous.
blue suit.
Is Mr. Hippo blue or purple? The new debate.
No,
No.
it's not. We're pressing play.
We keep on moving. Oh, no, we don't, because now I need to talk about the 6 different posters on the wall.
Uh-oh.
So from left to right, there was
This is lore.
the Fredbear's Family Diner poster with Fredbear.
God,
There was the Fredbear's Family
Okay.
Diner poster with
Pause.
Bonnie.
I hate that face.
Pause. Okay, now I'm gonna cry. Because
Oh, no.
the Fredbear's Family Diner poster with Spring Bonnie. On the mural, Bonnie's fucking blue. What is happening?
This also means
I-
that. Wait. Doesn't this mean that this can't be pre 70? When did Fredbear's open?
Well, if
We
it
don't
says it could be no, Fredbear's could have been open for fucking years before the bite of '83.
But actually, interesting point on the. Now this could just be more of an Easter egg than an in-universe
Oh
thing.
no, dude.
The phone number on one of the Fredbear posters is 83, ends in 83. Now that's probably just an Easter egg rather than in-universe stuff. But these posters seem to be from the same time as those other posters, and it could be saying that that's 83 again.
Hey,
Could
new
be
menu
into
items
it
though.
in 83.
That's lore. New menu items. That means there's been
So so
other
it
menu
has- yeah.
items.
Yeah, this is where you get the golden bite.
There was a Fred.
Yeah, see that.
Yeah,
that's the one
I think that's just a
There it is.
reference. I think that's just a reference.
Oh,
It is a reference. Yeah, it's also, to be fair, that cutout is
And then
called
there was
70s
a
Freddy
poster that hasn't
in the
been
files.
leaked or shown anywhere yet, called Sharpay's Salon.
Okay.
You look doggone beautiful,
Mhm.
and there's
It
a
has
picture
been.
of.
It has been
Pink dog in the other
shown.
room.
There's an artistic
Right side,
representation
yes.
of it.
Then there was another Fredbear poster with Fredbear. I don't know which one it was.
Weird. Pause.
And finally, there
He
was.
said he didn't know which one it was. That
Well,
could just
I'm
be him
assuming
putting that in.
he recalled.
Maybe.
Maybe, because if it is this one, that's fucking weird. I'm guessing they'd be paying homage to the history.
Yeah, that'd be ancient.
Yeah. So
Well, also, if this is just where he lives, he might just be like putting up like his
he just
work.
fucking. This is the actual factory. He doesn't live in this area. Maybe, like maybe upstairs.
He
Yeah.
might just be like putting it on display that he's worked on.
Fredbear poster with Fredbear. I don't know which one it was. And finally, there was that mysterious octopus poster that we've gotten some pictures.
The fuck are you?
Yeah, that one's
Wait,
weird.
What are you?
The octopus poster.
How many
really is-
fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. More than 14. Skip.
Well, I found
No.
out recently because of Candy Bunny's latest video that you can count in binary on your hands, so it might be worth going through and seeing what each of those hands is saying in binary.
What on God? Okay.
So that's
I'm not doing it now.
for this hallway. We move on into here, and we are greeted by the Mailbot, which is a very early
Mailbot?
precursor to the staff bot scene security breach.
Oh
Um,
no.
So Edwin made the
Yeah,
staff
Mailbot was a
bot
big
as
deal.
So either Edwin made the staff bots or they stole Edwin's shit. Like I'm saying, Edwin is the ultimate mooch victim. I'm telling you.
Well,
They
in
all
the
steal
books, he
his
does
shit.
work at the pizzaplex, so I presume he
Oh, he made
has
the
some
staff
way
bots?
contributing to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
be.
assume so.
Yeah.
It's so weird into 79.
I
to
forgot
have
that to get
autonomous-
to get 99% of lore for security breach, it's out from outside of the game.
Of my recreation of this model right now, so you can.
That's actually
Okay, so
quite
at least he
beautiful.
doesn't move around and stuff. Yeah.
I appreciate the 25 watermarks.
I want to punch him.
It'll look at essentially what we would be looking at here.
He looks like an
You
idiot.
walk in and he says,
Oh,
I
dude.
want to punch him in his
Would
stupid
you like to have
face.
your mail delivered or something similar to that? He basically
That boy
ignores you after that, just keeps repeating various lines. There's a bunch of paper here. Sometimes he picks up a sheet and then shreds it in his built-in shredder. But as we keep moving, there's another door. It also had a card reading to the side here. I'll pop up a picture from the
So when do we start getting
line, if
chased?
I haven't already. And that's it for this
Part
section.
2.
Obviously, we've got another large window looking
Cringe.
at the warehouse. This was one that the developer that was proctoring my 5th playthrough very intentionally told me to look at. I was looking over here at the Mailbot, and he told me to do a 180 and look behind me. So this was a stack of pizza boxes. At the very top, you could see that it said it was Fredbear's Family Diner.
Okay.
So
So they did have pizza there.
think of that as you will.
Okay.
See, when
I mean,
I was
that's a
when I
concept,
was like a kid, I always thought that Fredbear's Family Diner they had like pancakes and shit. I thought it was like a breakfast place. But
I
apparently,
mean, it could be anything.
apparently they just serve fucking anything there.
Because I had the same idea.
Yeah,
of,
diners
like,
should
what it
serve
was.
anything. Diners just
But
serve.
it's
Well, every
diner,
diner
yeah,
in
so
my
it's
area
good.
closes at like 2 p.m.
Okay, your diners suck.
True.
Whatever that means for the lore. Over here we had a.
That just
desk.
means Edwin's
Something I
ordering
forgot
mad
to log,
takeout.
by the way, was a single shelf. And I don't remember what was on the shelf, but that will be important.
The
On
phone
the
guy.
desk there was a rotary phone.
Jackie just knocks
This
off
isn't
the
a
wall.
good model to use, but it was something that I had on hand. And then over here there is this generator that you had to pull
Just
to get
in your
working.
fucking office.
The pulley is on this side of the.
I mean, they put them in the
table.
children's play places in
I
security
was just
systems.
gonna say.
What we walked on was some manner of sign, so I just chose the sign texture. But there's a green thing that you walk up and fall off of so that you can't get back to the other side.
Edwin has no hops.
But you go over here, you pull on it, and as you're pulling on it, you start hearing thumping from down the hallway. And out emerges Jackie. She pulls herself up by using her spring-loaded arms to like push around the walls and pull herself over. As soon as she gets to about here, she realizes that her box that she is a part of, you know, the big present from the other room, is preventing her from going through the doorway. So she rips herself off of it, which is why the prop that we see, the prop that we've gotten pictures of, is
Broken at
missing
the
its
end.
lower torso.
Yeah.
It's because she was connected.
That
to the
thing looks
box,
so
and she
cool.
Literally
ripped
ripped herself out of it.
The moment that she does that,
She's
the
got to be
Mailbot
huge if the
turns to-
box.
Oh,
doesn't-
cryo! We discovered
Say,
on the note of that curse thing I said earlier.
Which curse
The
thing?
button and bow tie on Jackie right there is the same button on Ennard. On her bow tie. The button on her bow tie is the same button
Oh,
Ennard has.
No, we talked about this.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
you're
thought
listening.
You were telling me about it.
they welcome.
So
the
interpret
user.
that as you will.
As Susie starts talking,
Jackie is Ennard.
snaps her head over to look at it and says, "Tag, you're it." Grabs the Mailbot, slams him into the wall, slams him into the ceiling, and slams him into the floor.
Like Sans, damn.
Tosses him through the wall over here, destroying the wall completely. Like, this isn't a damaged wall when you walk
Okay,
in,
pause
it is
this.
completely destroyed.
Alright, my boy Edwin. Why are we programming this fucking spring
I
robot
was just gonna
with the
say-
strength of Zeus?
Yeah.
I was gonna say this has to be. It has to be like it's possessed or it's at least powered by something supernatural.
Yeah, but
Because
who the
first
fuck
of all,
would it
why
be
is it
possessed?
so?
Shit
Well, I don't
throwing
know.
out motherfucking.
We don't know. That's the secret. That's the secret of the mimic.
Iron Fist over
Everything's
here.
a secret.
It's Edwin.
Yeah,
I just mean,
White,
like-
dude.
If Jackie is the mimic at this point, like it's the actual torso and up part
In
of the
there,
machine, then Edwin would never. He'd never have taken the robot.
Well,
oh,
yeah,
this is the
true,
thing
he
you should
hates
make
it.
My son. Let me dress it up as a
he hates
clown
that
and
fucking thing.
He
do
hates
it.
it.
No, he
yeah.
never would have done that.
So it must be repurposed.
Either not by him or.
So maybe after
it's
Fazbear gets
not
it.
Fazbear-
mimic yet.
Fazbear does use the Endo 01 program, right, to like teach their robots how to dance or whatever. So it
Yeah.
the reuse of the mimic post David's death happens like a good bit. So I guess it might not be the same robot, but I don't know why.
I'm very
just really curious as to what.
curious to see who we play as in this. Because it could be,
Yeah.
it seems like an employee. It
Might.
could be someone just breaking into the factory too.
We play as Henry.
What if you play as
Steal the
teenage
That also
Michael
knocks us
breaking
down
in?
while
Yeah, I was saying, bro. What if we
Yo.
plays Mikey Afton?
I don't
I
think they'll
don't
do
know.
that. I don't think they'd bring
I
Michael
don't
back.
think they will.
But it'd be so funny.
instantly kill you. But you go through the hole in the wall, which I did not model the other side of.
Mike was
and
infected
you
by the
fall
mimic.
down
That's why he
into the
killed
start of the
David.
second
Stop.
of the chase. And I have not
That's why they're both called David.
made the chase.
Because he was mimicking.
He's like, Father, you should name him Dave.
This has been my recreation.
Yeah, so
and yeah,
that's
this
the
is-
whole first level.
Okay, cool. They have the second level right there, below it.
Yeah, this one.
This one, go turbo speed the entire time.
The entire
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Yeah, just until we have something to say, because he did a lot. That was an amazing video. He did a bit of padding though, so
A bit.
Productions, Wolf Clock here. Welcome to Chase. This is the second level.
He was just being very thorough, to be fair.
This is Wolf Clock, by the way. Subscribe
Not
to
only just because I'm still a little bit sick from COVID, but also
them.
because I'd rather put stuff on the screen, and third off, because I got a loud, clicky keyboard. So, you know. But before we do all that, I want to thank you all for getting me to over 7K subscribers. It's something that I've been trying to get to for quite some time.
Yeah, that video did him a lot of good. That video was
And to
really
start down through,
popular.
There are some broken bits of catwalk you land on, as well as a now dead Mailbot right out here. But that's about it for commentary. I'm just going to show pop-ups on the screen, as well as pictures and audio that we have, and I hope you all enjoy it. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so he's not going to be talking.
Oh, he's not talking in this one. Okay.
Oh, huge.
He crawls past
He
the
crawls.
other side of the bar.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Next hallway seems to repeat one line that's picked at random at the start of the level. Okay.
Okay.
Remembered one crouch here.
The footage has leaked.
Two crouches.
Okay.
Alright.
Boxes were open and had wind-up toys of chipmunks in them.
They'd serve a role later in
I'd
the
say
game.
they might be like distraction or something.
Yeah.
You could like send them
Yeah.
out across
Are
the
we
floor
throwing
and
fucking
distract
monkey
Jackie.
bombs at Jackie? Is that what this is?
Yes.
I put bombs in your every longing.
God damn it.
My dogs are having a fit. Excuse me.
They react to the monkey bombs, dude. Jackie yells, I found you, to see above you. That's right.
Oh, whoa, we programmed the sound into it. That's cool.
So, like, what the fuck?
Where? What? Wait. Are we over in Abyss right now?
Yes.
I think we're in a big factory.
Holy.
Might
they're
just
going,
be.
like-
They're making the bulbous blue elephant or whatever.
Me when I'm
hippo.
copying my playtime. Okay, so pause this. I don't think. Surely we're playing as an employee.
Well,
Or
if
we could- or
if you're an employee during hours, where's all the other people?
Well, this goes beyond the point of just like I'm a rebellious kid. I'm gonna have fun. I feel like if you
Yeah.
are not an employee, you have some reason to be here.
True.
the more we go into it, I'm kind of thinking we could be Edwin.
Yeah, we could be
Yeah.
Edwin. Edwin sneaking back in here. Or just say,
Because I'm
yeah.
also wondering, like, because something seems to be up with Jackie, particularly today. So, like,
Well, no, because they said like
they were in their
the
box
wall
up
was
and
blown
down.
out and there were dead staff bots on the floor. So clearly something's
Yeah, but she was also attached to her box up until we arrived.
truth. These are true.
Withered.
Well, I think what that no. I think that means that we are playing as someone breaking in. If she was attached to that box, then that means that like, I have a feeling this isn't the only time she's done that since she broke through the goddamn wall. So
It's
the fact
got-
that she's
Presuming that that's
reattached
what
tells me that that hasn't happened in a while and that they don't want it to be happening.
It's
So
got
I'm
criminal
guessing we're
recognition.
playing- the person we're playing as is someone that Jackie doesn't recognize, or at the very least doesn't want to be there.
Could be still be
It's
Edwin
one
then.
thing this place could be shut
It
down.
could be Edwin
It could be
still.
closed.
Well, it's
But I feel
possible
like
that
it's not
she might just be programmed to like want to play with people, but she's too strong. Like she thinks that she's just
Yeah,
playing hide and
yeah.
seek or whatever and tag.
Because she's the mimic, yeah.
Yeah, when I play hide and seek and tag, I definitely grab people and throw them on the ceiling.
Yeah,
And into the wall.
I'd definitely pull a Kool-Aid man and burst through a wall.
I mean, if I could, I would definitely mean I'd win.
So now you're getting chased.
She did also call this a game of tag. Knocks over the railing on the right, she stares at you. As you reach the top, she says, fun, 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 fun.
That's
She just-
that's from
yeah,
Pizzeria
playing
Simulator.
with food. From pizza.
Top of this catwalk, making it unstable and causing it to fall.
Where's fun?
As you're running, you see Jack.
So when you first die in Pizzeria Simulator, it says this game contains lots of flashing lights and fun. Don't know if that means anything, but
dragging
it do. She's Monkey D. Luffy.
Or the drop down here or not, okay? Reaching these rooms, which will show in the video. This section you need to pull levers to open up the vents in front of you. It's being chased. Ice cream on, please.
It said something about ice cream. Clown saying
Did
something
anyone
about
who
ice cream.
played-
Circus,
Ooh, baby. Did anyone who played this demo say what it looks like when you lose? Like what the jump scare death is like?
Not that I
That
know
might
of.
be in the extra notes at the end.
I think I read somewhere that it's like it's similar to the security breach kind of jump
There
scare.
Oh,
was
so it's
what
mid.
appeared to be a hollowed golden spring lock head of an elephant on the
Yo,
brain.
How do they know
Oh.
it's a spring lock though?
Golden Orville?
Golden, yeah. Wait, that probably is
Oh
just
my
Orville.
God.
But golden spring.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
probably just-
it's just orange.
But
Yeah, he probably just saw it wrong. But Springlock is weird.
yeah, how do they know it's specific? We don't even know.
Well, because
what
I'm
spring lock
assuming
looks like.
he's connecting Golden to.
Oh shit! Whoops.
What have you done?
Yeah.
On that note, though, I will say this fun fact. On that note specifically, Orville Elephant is the only one of the mediocres in the rare finds auction. He's the only mediocre that costs
True.
like $12,000 instead of $800. So he could be a Springlock suit,
Orville's
which would be
spring
absolutely
lock.
insane.
Oh my God.
Sister location Springlock suit confirmed.
It's Orville.
Orville.
Slightly in front.
You know,
of
I
it,
was
there
inside
a
of my good friend
damaged-
Orville. Wait.
Wait.
I didn't mean it like
Damaged
that.
mascot head of an elephant. So there's two.
Oh, it's
elephant heads.
damaged? Question mark.
Wait, no, because a hollowed golden Springlock head. There was a damaged mascot head of an elephant and a golden
And a
Springlock
golden
arm.
spring lock arm.
So this
okay, so
person
he's
could tell the
distinguishing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
distinguishing between a
So
Springlock
yes,
and a
yeah. So,
regular
I'm assuming a mimic costume.
Mas-
One was clearly an animatronic. One was
Yeah.
clearly a mascot costume, like we see in the back room
Yeah.
of Ruin.
Interesting.
Make sure you guys like the video if you've watched this far.
Have you ever played Indigo Park? No.
I have. Wow, they ripped them off. Sue them. Sue them, unique geese.
A weird,
Weird
this
setup.
generator
This
activates.
generator activates.
Wait, so we just killed Jackie.
Yes. To
So
my
it's-
understanding, we just killed Jackie.
So it's not the mimic.
I don't no, I don't
We
know.
did
what
it.
We
Jackie
beat the
had
mimic. Yeah,
that
well,
falls off
boys,
with
we
this
did it. We
rush,
beat the mimic.
but
This is the last. This game has 2 levels, and that's it. That's the game.
It's 8 minutes.
This generator activates a conveyor with a pallet and crate on it, moving it out of the way for you.
That's nice, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, we're venting into the light of God, apparently.
So when does Jackie come back?
Ever play the game Half-Life?
Nope. That's a Half-Life thing, alright.
Huh.
Starts playing and
Grandfather's clock.
In the vents. Okay.
nothing's gonna reach out of those.
I have a feeling that the grandfather's clock isn't necessarily trying to say something about the puppet. I have a feeling it's just like this is
why
That would
is
be
it
very
music box.
foolish. That'd be a very foolish
Then,
music
why,
choice.
then
Then.
why is it
Yeah,
playing?
That is
like,
essentially the
Because
puppet's
I
motif.
see it-
Yes.
No, I know, but I could see it as like them doing it as like an Easter egg because I'm really racking my brain about what the hell the puppet.
I mean,
could
they're
have
they're
anything
both
to do with
Jack in the
mimic.
Boxes, so
Yeah, but
yeah,
like
but that's what I mean
white
is that it's
faces.
inspired by it. But like,
this
I don't think
theme
it's saying
follows the
puppet is a
puppet
mimic.
literally
He's the security
everywhere.
puppet,
I
guys,
think-
it's real.
No, like this theme follows the puppet everywhere. I think trying to assume that there's no correlation with it is just wrong.
Or
No, I think
they're
there's-
just incredibly stupid for not seeing.
Yeah, or
there
these
needs to be a
people are just
correlation.
complete
I think at
fucking
this point
idiots,
Scott
which
would
I'm
lock
also
in though.
willing to
No, I
believe.
feel like at this point Scott's locked in.
I hope so.
No, I can also believe that
I-
Scott just did something stupid.
Never.
But I think
don't
I'm not
No,
saying that there's
you
no
give them
correlation, as in they
total
just like
credit. You give
randomly
them
picked the
total
song.
credit. He can be stupid, but he's a good writer. He knows what the
Yeah,
You
okay.
come up with 14
That's a good one.
theory after all.
Quick, Cryo, go.
Yeah, he wrote the stitch rate stingers, man. Out here, you're stopped
they're
in
peak.
place.
What do you mean,
even
they're
more
peak?
Didn't we just cut her head off? Didn't we cut her head off?
No, I think we just like it didn't
Torn
say
right
cut her
eye.
head off.
Oh, I thought it
Missing
said cut her, like decapitated her.
No. It just like smashed her head in.
Mm.
Pause. Seeing nose appears. The demo ends with the vent breaking. So she gets
Like
the
in
half
Return to
streak.
Pit?
So this is just haps, by the way.
Half spot away.
Do we think that her endoskeleton could get so broken down that she potentially like puts her parts back together with like other parts, and that's why she looks like she does in the if she is the mimic, the literal like
In the
same
teaser
skeleton
trailer.
from in the teaser trailer, but I mean in the
God, I have
in
no
the
clue.
basement of the pizzaplex, she could be broken down and then have to repair herself, and why she has like a different arm and a different this and a different that.
Yeah. Do we want to watch
Edwin
the
made
extra
the
notes?
nightmare.
Yeah, we can watch the extra notes and then we'll give our final predictions and call
Small,
it quits.
very specific things that
for the
I
day.
took note of.
I'm mad about
For some
the song
reason.
that's playing.
For starters, at the
Yellow
very
guy,
start,
yellow
there
guy is
is a
after.
doorway over here. It's got a rounded top, and it was blocked off by two
Yellow
pipes.
guy is
So
after.
I tried my best here to recreate
He is
that.
not an
Over
MCI
here, there
kid
was a
stat
door that was
because of
covered
a
by
bobblehead.
2 planks. I don't think there was anything else in it, but if there was...
So yeah, this place is very clearly not in operation because everything's boarded up.
Okay, I can barely even hear what this guy's saying because Midnight
Yeah.
Motors is playing so fucking
Yeah, he
loud.
needs to learn
I'm just
about
gonna
audio
stop it.
mixing, the T-Dreads method.
I'm just gonna stop that there.
All right, then we can give our final thoughts on that and then
so-
predictions for the game, and then we can all dip.
Yeah.
I'm literally just gonna upload this today because I have to edit. Like, the only thing I have to do is like cut it and balance the audio and do an intro. So
Yeah. Apparently, Withered started withering.
that's okay.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so based off of that, I would say that, man, that's tough. So that second part, like everything was boarded up. So I'm assuming that area is not in use. The beginning, though,
Yeah.
I feel like if the factory was abandoned, somebody would have moved most of the stuff out of it. But clearly you're there after hours.
I mean, not
I
everything
think-
was moved out of the pizzaplex and
That's
ruined.
true.
There was still a bunch of
That's
shit
true.
there, so.
Clearly
I
there are no
think it
employees there
could-
at the time.
You're also
I think
not
it could
supposed to
be
be
that-
there because you get there by Jackie breaking a hole in the wall and then going through it.
Well, someone's
I
clearly
think
sealed
we
Jackie
could
off.
be
Yeah, I'm
after
assuming the
a-
handle in front of the door that he showed, or like the shelf in front of the door, someone put that there to stop Jackie from getting out.
Yeah.
And so
I could assume that this is like a recent closure, like that maybe it is
yes.
closed, it's not an operation, but that it's only recently happened because Jackie's been acting up.
but like you forgot your lunchbox there, so you have to go back, and that's why the game happens.
It's the reason.
No.
Like limited
so-
edition
Um,
Pokemon
I think we're playing as own break.
Oh, we're playing as Cassie's daddy's going back for his honey lunchbox.
We're playing as Edwin.
Um,
He made the mimic.
Okay. So
Do we think that we are going to build Mexus in this game?
Fuck no.
I
Based on
think
based on that
probably.
demo, it looks like we're just trying to survive.
Unless we
Like,
are
we
have to be
Edwin.
there for a
There
reason, or else we just go back the way
We
came
if
and
if
leave.
we're building Mexus, we have to be a named character, surely.
Yes.
Or we
If we're-
get a name
no, if-
and then
no.
die in this game.
No,
like
if we're
Cassie's
building
dad.
Mexus, I think if we're
Good
building
job,
Mexus,
John FNaF.
I imagine that we will have a part of the game where we are shutting down the mimic with Mexus, whether we build it or not, or we find it and we activate it, or something like that, that we put a stop to the mimic so that we can then have it end up in Ruin, and there will be a very direct tie from this game to how it gets to the pizzaplex in Ruin.
Do we think there's going to be the equivalent of like a tape person, like someone who we'll talk to over a radio, or occasionally see them through vents and they'll like give us bits and pieces of the story?
I hope so.
I'd like
Edwin.
I feel like we're here for a purpose. I
I feel like
knows
I mean, there was no tutorial person in either of those levels, so
In the demo.
That could be added.
that's true. Yeah. Like
But,
he made a
feel
note
like
to say
the
the
person
whiteboard
we're
was
playing-
blank, and I feel like in the game there'll be something on the whiteboard, or at least like a classic Scott thing where like on some playthroughs there's something on the whiteboard.
I have a feeling that whoever we're playing as, at the very least, knows what they're doing, so I don't think they need a tutorial person.
Yeah. Although we probably will have some, they might just do like a flashing card on screen.
I'm thinking more like if you guys have played BioShock, like the character Atlas, who like you go and do your mission,
A young hand
and then you
unit.
check in with him, and he's like, oh, this like a hand unit, but it's the 70s, so probably not. But like just a
hand.
voice who is kind of like the narrator of the game, who's
Typewriter.
telling the character what to do.
I'd love if it was Phone Guy.
And why is Ralph
He'd be
doing it?
alive.
Well,
Yeah, let it be Ralph.
Hello,
Would not,
hello.
Scott would not want to do that.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the Mimic.
Hello.
This is my
Looks like
first job ever.
I'm
This
14.
phone guys who's like, hello, welcome to your new job at
He's like
Jackie's Diner."
8 years old.
Hello, welcome to
Yeah, phone guy in FNaF 2 is like 12.
Yeah. Alright, in that case, alright. I want to know how they're going to get us to Fredbears, because I truly believe they are. I think somehow,
I don't
some
think we'll
ending...
go to Fredbears.
underground passage.
I think you'll see it. You'll at least see it. You'll at least see the building.
It'll be like a FNaF 4, like the House on the Hill kind of style. See it from a distance through a window. We'll see
Hold on.
Fredbears.
I'm actually going to disagree with you.
Alright.
I don't think they can help themselves. I don't think they can. They literally said, we want to do a whole Fredbears game.
Yep.
I don't think they can help them. You're going there. We're going to Fred. We're going back in
if
time
we're
to the first
traveling
location
Okay,
to get
wait.
Dave off
If
the
we're
menu.
traveling underground in this game, right? If we're going through like underground passages and shit,
We definitely are.
what are the chances we see circus babies? Or
Die.
just a version of the bunker?
Die.
Very high,
So
very high
early.
chances.
Please die.
That would
Please
be
stop.
so
No,
early
no,
in
no,
the-
no, no,
so
no, no,
early
no.
in the timeline, that would break
No.
me. I would die.
I refuse to believe Charlie has to be dead for circus babies to exist. Charlie has
Well,
to
hold
be
on.
dead.
The bunker that becomes the sister location bunker, that's what we call it. Maybe that's where this is being built. Maybe that's just
That's
the
a
bottom
really
of the
cool idea.
factory.
That's a
Like,
really
who
cool
knows?
idea.
Yeah, what if we're just in like the beta version of circus babies?
Yeah, they just tear the above ground part is bulldozed. Only the bottom part remains. Ooh.
And it adds
have
to
an
my
elevator.
Edwin is
You have
a
an elevator.
gets mooched off theory again. William
Yeah.
steals his fucking factory.
I would actually like that a lot because it would explain why the hell or how the underground bunker, like how he funds that or how he builds that.
My
Like,
only
he just has
problem
a big
is
space
of people
the
from
industrial
someone else.
elevator. The industrial elevator does not have a red door in the sister location. Then there are multiple
Yeah, we
elevators.
know there's
though.
another
yeah,
elevator.
There are
Yeah.
multiple.
Now it's
Yeah.
impossible.
They never could have painted that door.
True.
I see. That's the weird thing.
I'm just
about
trying to
having
deny
games
because
set
I don't
so
want it to
early.
be.
You don't want it to be. But
I
you
don't
think
want it to be
will
sister
now.
location's elevator. Or the sister
You
location
think
bunker.
it's going to be now, though. That's the funny part.
I
You
think we're
can't
gonna
get it
see
out of your
Fredbear's
head.
Family Diner. I think somehow you're gonna fucking type in a secret
Yes.
code, then fall underground, and there's gonna be a big
Oh,
dirt
I
tunnel with
100%
torches on the
think
side,
it's Fredbear.
and then you're gonna walk down,
But,
and all the
like, if
torches are
we're
gonna be
seeing
shaped like Fredbear,
Fredbears in
and then
the
you're gonna be
game
in.
where we're traveling underground. There's no way we don't see circus baby, and that's so funny to me.
I mean, they already put the elevator in Help Wanted too.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
I
We're
think
going back.
my question is, if we get to Fredbear's, holy Christ, what lore are they gonna drop? I'm scared.
It depends on when the game's set, because if it's set in
still
'79,
don't
there's
know
not
what
much
year
to tell.
You
It's
could
like,
see-
I don't
it
even
has
know
to
what
be
they
set.
could
Well, they
show
could
us.
show you the original Spring Bonnie suit. They could show you
Oh,
models of
yeah,
the
actually, that would make
Aftons, which would be
sense.
fucking wicked.
I would love
They'll
that.
never
I
do
could-
that, by
I
the way.
could
They won't,
see-
but it would be cool.
I could see it being like this is Fredbear's pre-spring locks, so we get to see glitchtrap basically, but in like what his suit actually looked like.
But wait, didn't they say we saw a spring lock suit in that demo?
Yeah, well, I mean that's
already
a video recalling a thing from I don't know how you tell a spring lock.
I'm hoping for actual models of Fredbear and I want actual models of Fredbear and Spring Bonnie.
Jackie, Mimic Jackie chases you all the way underground. You go through all these sister location places. Oh my god, it's so cool and nostalgic.
No.
You get to Fredbear's family diner. That's where you have your final confrontation. You like crush it with something. Oh my god, it's destroyed. And then like 2 little wires from the Mimic Jackie, post-credit scene, crawl over to the Fredbear animatronic because the Mimic was actually the Fredbear that built down on Dave's head the whole time. Golden Freddy's actually the Mimic.
Stop, John.
And it was the
John, is that
plush.
And I delete my channel.
The Mimic was the Fredbear plush?
Okay, so
no.
I know you were joking, but okay. Presuming this is purely presuming that Tales games, but you know, I'm not saying it isn't. But if we need a way for Jackie to end up underground in a sister location bunker, post this game, pre the pizzaplex, at the end of the game you could be going through bunker and find a way to trap it down there, and it's been down there since this game.
But that would be saying that
Like,
sister location is ruined underground, which is please don't.
But is it not? Because it's got the scooper and everything. It's
I don't think that's the same
connected to
scooper.
Fredbear's. Well, I know we don't know for sure that that's the same location. It's more of a theory, but like.
And also, you don't need to crawl. You don't need to
so
crawl
strange.
through like 8 miles of tunnel to get to the scooper.
That's very true.
What was I gonna say?
Yeah.
I think that we will end up at Fredbear's. I could see it being from underground, yeah. But if it is from underground, you're right. We would be in the sister location bunker because we know that you could literally get to Fredbear's from underneath. Or sorry, you could get to Fredbear's from Circus Baby's gallery.
And you have to input 1979 in the sister location.
Dude, I'm actually gonna die. If we go to fucking Sea Bear, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm cutting that out.
You know what's gonna happen now. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's
no, they run past a young William Afton. A clown animatronic.
Well, because like I said to Cryo, the button on Jackie is the same button in Bowtie that's on Enter. You can look that up.
Because I liked the look of that button and that white face.
This has inspired me to build animatronics for the rest of my life.
A clown robot.
It was killing.
Yeah, player character in this game, you die in the vent, and there you go.
Oh my
dead
god.
body found in the vent.
Yo. I will actually Venmo you like $800 if that comes true.
Will you Venmo me $800
No.
if that comes true?
We all get
Please?
$800.
Deal, Gibi. If at the end of the game we die in a vent, and then
take it.
William crawls up to us and says, "I'm sorry, Rory."
No, he just says, "I'm sorry, Rory's dad."
I'm taking your son now, bye.
I'm sorry, yellow guy.
I'm sorry, Green Afton.
You were
the
only
crying child sees the dead body.
you were only trying to come save your son after I midnight motored him.
See,
And then young Michael
only-
looks in the camera and says, "I cannot wait to work at Freddy Fazbear's under the name Mike Schmidt in exactly 1992."
I'm the Foxy brother.
Oh god, I think we all lost it. But
Michael looks at the camera
my
and says, "Put the tally marks on page 62."
Michael looks dead at the camera
Foxy
and
grid.
says, "Later that night, Father, what are you doing?"
Later that
I'm
night,
going
after
to take
murdering
my
Charlie,
father's
my
car
father
in
painted himself
1987.
yellow and he drove down to our second house.
Joey
Our
looks at the
second
camera,
pet.
dead in the eye, and says, "I can't believe my daughter died third."
Alright.
Oh, it hurts to laugh. It hurts to fucking
Or-
laugh.
Oh no.
I got my wisdom
needs
teeth
his
out,
perks
so
back.
fucking, I need my perks.
Aren't you off the
That's not
perks
that
forever now?
unfortunate.
I am off the
Everything's
perks,
taken
right? Yeah, the
from you.
perks are gone. Sad face. No more perks.
Who could have guessed? Oh Jesus.
Edwin looks
I
at the
think
camera and
only
says,
reason
"I made the
am-
mimic."
No.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go. Go ahead.
It was difficult to put the pieces together.
Go ahead.
No, it's so funny though. I
We
don't
need,
want
we need to we need a bingo card for this game, like based on this.
Yeah, I
stream.
Like
kinda
the
wanna
fucking
do it. I
like
wanna do a
the
bingo
herb
card.
he's right behind me type sentences.
Yeah.
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 I guess we finally found the secret of the mimic.
What all would be
Behind
on
you.
the bingo card for this game?
Fredbear's definitely. Circus Baby's definitely.
Yeah, Fred.
Yeah, hold
Underground.
On. Let me start writing some of this down.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll make
Yeah,
a bingo
we
card.
can get a bingo
And then we can all
Jackie
repost it on
is
Twitter.
Ennard, or is the puppet, or is etc.
Yeah.
Circus Baby.
Anyway,
So-
bingo card
My-
generator. Let me look this up.
My kind of wild card for the bingo is that we're going to have two parts of this game. One set in the past, whether it's, and one set in a present or modern setting after Ruin. Whether that's only a flash, like a literally like a cutscene at the very end of the game to show like the
Interesting.
tease for the final game in the Mimic Saga or whatever.
Can someone
Or-
stream creating the bingo card so we can all
Yeah,
look
hold on. What?
Yeah.
Bingomaker.com. What the fuck? Okay, it's not this.
That sounds fire.
Bingomaker.com. Okay, here we go. All right.
My very own cyanide stream. Then after this, we can dip.
Yeah.
Because
okay,
honestly,
so-
because like to go from like with that idea of having like a future part of
Mhm.
the series, it's like it feels like this is so early in the timeline that it's so separate from everything that's been happening in the
Yeah.
Steel Wool era games, but they're like tying it so closely together, obviously, because it's all about. I just really do wonder what we're going to learn in this game that's going to change literally, other than the mimic used to look
Is
like a
Unwithered
clown,
cutting
and
out
it
for
doesn't.
anyone or just me?
Me
a
too.
little bit.
Okay.
Am I putting it? Sorry.
Okay, what else am I putting on? Fredbear, Circus Babies, playing as Edwin.
Playing
Marionette.
as a break-in child, someone breaking in.
Yeah, break in. And then also after that, do that. The mimic or the Jackie in some way inspires the puppet, or is in some way related. So do like Jackie related to the puppet.
I could even just or just puppet even.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold
What
up.
else? What else? Is there?
Any Aftons? Do any Aftons?
Yeah, big
Any
cameos.
an Afton appearance.
Hmm.
Gregory,
Schlocky, like inspiration for something. Like we were making a joke earlier. Like William sees it and goes, "Oh, I will now build an animatronic."
I wonder what this thing's
Henry-
secret is.
Henry takes a bite of pizza for the first time and goes, "I must sell this."
But the diner's already open.
They're already selling. We already have pizza boxes.
Yeah.
It's time
Oh,
traveling. it's the time traveling
can we put
moped.
in like
Oh,
can we put in,
Tails
like,
games.
big retcon or something like that? Like
He'll
where
never.
yeah,
it's
He'll never
obviously
confirm
not the
Tails
end.
games. He'll never do it.
He never will. Anyone
No.
who thinks that is wrong.
Dude, he
sorry.
wouldn't even tell you what the fucking ending of FNaF 3 was.
Yeah.
Like 10 years after.
He wouldn't tell
So
a
someone-
retcon.
Someone actually had a good theory about that. I don't know if it was one of you guys. I apologize. But someone said that they think that the reason that Scott said that the FNaF 3 ending was controversial and he wasn't going to explain it because it was complicated is just Molten MCI,
Yeah.
where like
No.
they persist and then are in FNaF 6 because like Molten MCI wasn't a fan theory at that time.
I think that was said
was-
on the
that
stream.
Yeah, that was
I talked
something.
about that briefly in
Yeah.
my sister location timeline, because Molten Freddy has the same eye lit up as is lit up in each of the masks FNaF 3 ending. So my proposal, I don't think I came up.
Crying, I'd
with the
add
original,
blueprints that destroy the lore.
But like
Bad
the
Blood that
idea
destroys
is
the
that,
lore?
Blueprints that destroy the lore.
but my idea is like that the Molten Freddy
Book
is a
character, more book
representation of the bad
characters.
ending.
Yeah. More book characters.
Damn it, Edwin. He made the mimic.
Jackie's box reference.
We're gonna see Billy. Billy from B7.
Jack,
We play as Billy from B7.
you watch a random kid just watching TV and he says, "I like Freddy Fazbear."
Oh no.
No.
Do we want to put game starts in 1983 down here?
Put
Like
Andrew on the
yeah, do we
board.
want something with a date?
Put Andrew on
Yeah,
the board.
I'm not
That's
putting
the one
Andrew
bingo
on.
we won't fulfill.
Andrew.
83, just 1983.
Yeah, do game was 1983, game was 1987. Or sorry, 1979.
Okay.
My name is Edwin.
I'm just gonna put that down.
My name is Edwin.
He just says these
Yes,
words.
you meet him.
That's all he
You walk
says
in a room
every
and he says
couple
that. Yeah.
What other bullshit is gonna be in this game?
Jackie tears someone's arms off. Now it could be an animatronic, but just someone's arms off.
Jackie. That is small. Okay.
You can do tears off arms.
Nah, no.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
Fuck
put
it.
8-bit minigames. Put 8-bit
Oh,
minigames.
hate the
yeah.
mini games.
Yes.
I don't know how they do that in VR, but it'd be lit. Oh, like when we play Princess Quest, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
flat mode. This is also gonna have flat mode. So
Yeah,
it's
gonna have
not,
flat
it's
mode.
not only VR.
Okay, and then do ah, shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Son of a. Oh, FNaF
Whole
4
thing
house.
is VR.
FNaF 4 house. Go.
FNaF 4
Yes.
house.
We haven't seen it still. The house on the hill.
Dead kids.
Oh yeah.
There's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
a scene. You go into like Edwin's office or something, and like on his desk in a very prominent spot, you see like the ball that is clearly what David chased out onto the road.
There was a car.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
David's
car.
death. David's death.
Oh, yeah.
David
Henry,
dies.
David dies.
David's death.
New murder victim, like new first kid.
Oh, please. Andrew. Andrew first.
His name's Andy.
He carries his Buzz Lightyear around.
His name is Andy Cassidy or whatever.
Just piss everyone off.
My name is Andrew Golden.
Andrew Golden.
Ah, it hurts to laugh. Ow,
Golden
ow.
Freddy.
Oh, it hurts
It's
so
just
bad.
like Andrew Golden Freddy. Oh.
Do we want to put anything with possession on here?
The mediocre melodies or something. I know we're gonna see them, but maybe like an explanation of where they came from.
Mediocre melodies.
No, put Mediocre Melodies lore.
Yeah.
Possessed
mimic.
animatronics.
No, there's no way. There won't be possessed animatronics. No fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm putting it there anyway.
All
There's
right.
no way we see David die either.
No, we could.
They
We
could do it tastefully.
There is a car.
You know, kid running out on the road, and then
Mhm.
the door closes.
How about
Alright.
like Gregory reference, like the way that they had it in Into the Pit or in,
GGY.
How the fuck?
Yeah.
It's 79, dude.
Yeah, I know. And the Into the Pit
Okay,
game
okay,
is
He's not-
GGY is on the arcade cabinet.
He's not even a sperm
an
cell
Easter
yet.
egg.
He's not even a
It's an
sperm
He's
Easter
not
cell.
a
egg.
sperm cell into the pit either. And
Right.
what do we
Okay.
see on the arcade cabinet? It's GGY.
It's because he went back
Easter
in
egg
time.
that causes arguments about the timeline.
Yeah.
That can be the free space.
No, the free space is the mimic. Midnight Motorist controversy.
What?
That one's there for me.
Oh, I had a really good one. I had a really good one, but I forgot
My bad.
because you said that shit and it slipped my mind now.
Oh, Fall Fest.
Oh yeah.
Fest, yeah.
Oh, duh.
But I
It's
feel
gonna
like Fall
be-
Fest in like a more substantial place than just like a weird reference to it. Like we actually see it.
There's gonna be like a clock on the wall, and the clock is purple, and it's set to midnight. And then someone's gonna make a video called like "Midnight Motorist Afton confirmed."
Okay. Do we want anything else?
Take
Do we
off-
wanna replace
take off Midnight
controversy
Motorist.
with anything?
I'm thinking,
Okay,
oh
what
fuck,
do you
I
wanna
had
replace it?
had it, and then you said that, and it was so dumb that my brain imploded on itself.
My fault.
It was around the time you were talking about the mediocres and GGY. Is when I thought of it. Let me use my brain.
All
Time traveling ball pit.
So FNaF is
Yeah, we should be
going
more
live
realistic.
Vanny mask.
with a video called Mazer Size, and no one knows what it is.
Oh no. Today?
Vanny mask I'm putting on here.
Right now, like you can already hop into
There's
the
a
stream.
premiere called Mazer Size.
Yeah, and the description just says mazer size, and the title says mazer size. It could be important. It could be literally nothing.
It's
Could it be
FNaF's
maybe
fitness
like?
okay. I put the vanny mask on here. Is there anything else we want? Do we want to replace anything with anything?
I hate you for making me forget. It was such a banger. I know it was a banger, but I don't remember what it was.
You're gonna message me at like 2 a.m. and you're gonna remember it.
And add that shit to the bingo card. I don't think the vanny mask will be there either.
I think it's possible.
I think it could be. It's the front of the building says masks on it with a big arrow.
That's true.
I feel like it
Very,
definitely could
very
be.
true.
They already got AR. Damn.
Yes.
Okay, wait. This is a theory that people have been having, right? Like, there's the Freddy mask in Into the Pit. Obviously, a Foxy mask were really important. Vanny mask.
play
Maybe
as
there's gonna
Chica
be like
Bully.
a Chica mask. Yeah, something stupid like that.
Oh my god, we're playing Chica Bully.
We're playing Chica Bully.
I think
Oh yeah. Do we want to put down Chica Bully on here somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure,
who
put it
do we-
down.
what-
More
what do we
likely than
replace it?
GGY. Get rid of GGY.
No, I'm keeping GGY. That's
I-
too
Okay.
GGY yeah.
No,
I'm taking
David.
this off.
What is that? What did that say?
That was Jackie tear someone's arms off.
No, yeah, that was trash. Prick.
I see the thing with the Chica Bully thing. I don't think the Into the Big game was the Freddy Bully mask. I think that was just
I
because
don't either.
I think it was a reference to what was the scrap story
I'll just
called?
put- I'll just
We're
put
the
Chica
band
mask.
or
You're
whatever
the
it's
band.
called.
Yeah.
You're the band, and you put on a mask, a Freddy mask that I think like was kept in a house. I think it was just another Frights reference, like the rest of the stuff in the.
I'll leave it as Chica mask.
I also
like that.
don't think it's in canon, but anyway.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else?
Oh,
TD,
oh.
Have you remembered it yet?
No, I remember it. It was actually not that good.
Fucking
What was
idiot.
it?
I was gonna say you go to an area of the game, and there's just fucking gas canisters everywhere.
You're a fucking idiot.
That's kind of like Circus Bay. I feel like if it's gonna be anywhere, it's gonna be.
we already have FNaF 4 house on here, dude.
Yeah, I'm at the actual house though, not the nightmare chamber. I'm at the actual house on the hill.
Illusion discs.
Okay, where are we putting illusion discs?
Say
The,
like
the
illusion
mimic is
slash
chasing
gas.
you, and the button that's on its chest falls down, and it cracks
Yes.
open like a heart pendant, and inside of it, where you usually put a picture of your wife, is the illusion disc.
It's a heart pendant,
Jackie
like the
wasn't
one
real at all.
in
Oh my
Yeah, it's a
in
heart
Frights.
pendant.
Frailty,
Jackie's Eleanor?
frailty.
Jackie was what?
Eleanor.
Jackie was Eleanor the whole time.
Oh no.
All right, are we good with this list?
That's
Do
a
we want anything
beautiful.
else?
That's a beautiful. That's beautiful. And then we are going to Yeah, you
Oh,
just.
it shuffled everything.
That's fine.
That's
We
good.
should probably take a look at that, and because some of those can't actually be in a line together. They contradict each other. But
not
it seems
necessarily.
actually no, it's all right.
That
I
one's
think
fine,
I think
yeah.
it might have fixed
Yeah,
because it
all right.
rearranged
The
them.
only thing that might do that is game in 83 and game in 79.
Yeah, but
I
it's
could
moved
see
them
it
around
being
now,
in
so it's
both.
fine.
No, just
I
give
could
all of us
see
that
it
one,
being in both.
and then when we're playing it,
Can be both.
I'm not. Does anyone here have the fucking ability to actually play this game when it comes out? Because I don't have a PlayStation.
I do.
I don't have VR.
I do have a PlayStation.
If it's only VR, no. If it's flat mode, yeah.
Grind,
Yeah, if it's
by the
flat
time
mode.
April comes, I'm gonna need you to figure out how to stream so that I can be with you while you play the game. And you'll be trying to get through it, and I'll be like, look over there in like the 8th trash can on the left. Look in the 14th locker.
If they just release this game on PC, it solves all of our problems. 'Cause I'll stream it for you. And you can
Yeah,
just,
well,
like,
I
stream
hope
it.
it's on PC, but they haven't confirmed yet. I don't
I
think.
assume it'll be on. PC. Why wouldn't it be
Better
on
be on
PC?
PC.
If it's
All the rest, every other game has been on PC.
That's
don't know
true.
if It wouldn't be.
Okay, let me send this to you.
The
guys.
Mimic exclusive. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for tuning in.